Oh no, everything's wrong. I'm not starting soon. I'm not saying thank you. I'm starting soon. Jesus. There we go. Hello. I am late. I am sorry. I'm here though. I'm having my food still, so you might hear me chewing sometimes. But some people are into that, I guess. Um, I'm gonna join my friends in Discord real quick. We're waiting on Rosie. At least we were, but it seems like they are also in the chat. We're missing out on Capri today, so it's just the four of us instead of the five of us. With Mikro, of course, it's five people still because the DM is the fifth person. Yeah, let's just roll, I guess. Oh, hey, my thingy is not working. Oh, of course, because I'm not in a Discord chat yet. Well, let's roll.
Not joke about gnomes.
Hello.
Gnomes are not a joking
Or
matter.
gnomes now the French.
No, gnomes have always been the French.
It's just how it is. I don't make the
No,
rules.
I mean technically it's like it's two different hatreds, I guess. The gnomes and the French. Doc.png. Yes,
Hello?
I just named the file doc.png.
Oh no.
Maybe
You
I
are
should do
tall.
it.
Gnomes have always been the French.
This is
Good
great.
one. Good one.
I just thought it was
It's true. True. I don't make the rules. I actually do make the rules. That's what's funny about this, but
I mean, you use some rules as a guideline and then make your own rules.
no. I mean, this is
Right?
just my rules. The
Just your
rest
rules.
go away. Rules be gone.
Be gone, rules away.
Well. It
Athena,
appears.
my new goal is to make a French gnome called Rules.
Yes.
Well,
It seems to me that after having made some inroads, some discussions, and seated a potentially very great idea into the mind of the very respected Randy Anderson, you are now meant to be on your way into the interior. In a language, not language, in a travel, a journey that might well take you 10 days, 12 days just to get there.
oh shit.
Yes, very long journey. So we'll have to do with journeying. Ain't
Oh.
that fun?
Yep.
Yes.
Campfire moments, let's go.
Campfire moments and
There will be campfires.
Of course, I mean, we're
As
like...
long as it's not me, then we're fine.
There will be travel. There will be
probably
a
your
lot
last
of...
resort. That's all I can say.
Mhm.
If the animal tries to set me on fire, I take her head off.
That escalated quickly.
Well,
I mean,
there goes
fair.
my
Well, no. I mean, would you really say that from setting a person on fire to setting cutting a person's head off, that's escalation? It's almost like
that's
de-escalation.
Well,
it's just a normal
there
Sunday.
goes my my death saving throws thingy.
Yeah. I
We were
mean,
doing-
frankly, once you lose your head, you're a bit past death saving throws, mate.
Mhm.
Yes.
Is that the rule for doing
Hanging on by a thread. It doesn't count.
you were like you just made it to a month. Don't ruin your streak.
Oh no, the streak has to be ruined at some point. What's
Yes,
the
but
point
not
of
by her own stupidity.
always by your own stupidity? By what else?
That's the best way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh no, there's a banana under the snow. She slips, she dies.
I mean, there might just be ice under the snow onto which she stripped and then dies. Or you get into a snowball fight and one of those mythical stones is in one of those snowballs and finally actually hits a person.
Like, I've been pelted with many a stone-filled snowball. It's not fun.
Yes, okay, but you live in the actual tundra. We don't know what that's like.
I just live around very mean children. I do not miss high school.
Mood.
I am wary of any person that misses high school. Like, it's
Like,
just
anyone that's like high school was the best years of my life, I'm like,
You're
yeah,
obsessed
I'm
with
not
that.
any
any
further.
person that says that, I'm either very suspicious of their moral compass or very sad for how their life went.
I just assumed like they were the bully, that's why they enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's very likely. Oh,
Anyway,
no.
of course there will be campfires and other things of various sorts.
Oh, and other things, that's scary.
Clowns! Yay!
It's just you just pass a snowdrift and suddenly, like a Jack in the Box, a clown bursts out. I'm following you here.
No, thank
Well,
you.
it's a bit cold here, isn't
Okay, I
it?
take it back. If that appears, that's getting beheaded
Oh
first.
my god.
I'm glad we have our beheading scheduled now.
After I set that thing on fire, so
After
let's
we
keep
will-
that in our drawer.
That's perfect. We just we crush him, and then we use him as a campfire. Perfect.
But of
Nice.
course,
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
every day of travel will be handled by 2d4 rolls and a d100 roll to decide things that might happen.
Ooh.
Before we start, though, can I ask a very important question?
No, questions have been made illegal. But of course, yes, ask.
Did whoever's holding the
Russians?
rations remember to update them after I bought more for the trip?
Okay.
What? Oh, ration. Oh, yeah.
Because I have
I've-
updated the tent scenario, but I was not in charge of the.
I've actually
We have
like
92 rations.
yeah,
Okay.
I've checked that.
92.
Yeah.
92
Nice.
days of ration.
Okay, well, I'm glad you remembered. So I was like, I don't remember anyone confirming that last time, so let's just double check before we move.
Which, a 92, you have 4 eating people.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want to do some basic math? No, of course not. Math has also been
I mean,
made
unless
illegal.
they're bringing somebody with us, yeah.
It's yes. You have 23 days of food in rations, which of course might be augmented if it comes to it by hunting and scavenging. Though it's the winter and you're going into the north, so good luck with that.
Lol.
Lol.
I'm just excited for very, very, very slow hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well,
I'm glad.
since I think we have the last session, the preparations were made.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think we might just say first day of travel. Still generally, you see under the snow, but you see the flats that are probably farmed. You see farmsteads. It is still, well, it's not densely populated, but there are like people here still. As far as you go, the further you go north, that population density will decline sharply. But yes, 4 d4s, no, 2
I was
d4s,
about to say what?
2 d4s, separate or united, and 1 d10. No, sorry, 1 d100. I'm entirely sorry. That d10 is entirely useless, and you should feel ashamed of yourself.
You're so mean.
No.
Whoa, I can't type.
No. Wait.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm excited or worried the fact I got a 4.
Is there... Wait, do you need one for me too?
No, this is good.
Okay,
This is just 2 rolls. Mhm.
Oh, boy.
You come across, you have to start traveling. It's a lot of walking, not fast walking. Some snow on the ground. It's cold, but into the afternoon, you come across someone herding a rather substantial quantity of sheep with the help of 2 sheepdogs.
Dogs.
Sheep.
I want to pet the
And then
sheepsies.
it kind of, the actual shepherd is like kind of driving from the back. So there's this moment where like you're just kind of surrounded by sheep as the herd kind of surges through the place where you're standing on the road.
Ooh.
As sheep tend to do, they're just walking around very fast. One or two of them tries to nibble at something in Herb's garden or on Copper's body.
That's
Yummy.
cute. Yummy.
But other than that, uh, Lekbar is the name. Lekbar jumps down and makes like a big display of himself and kind of tries to, get some respect and get like an empty space circle around him.
Does that work?
Uh, Mostly. There are some, some of the sheep do get in a bit of a panic, which eventually causes one of the sheepdogs to dash through the herd and kind of square up with Lekbar, where they get into a bark/barking match.
So Babok
Mhm.
and Babark.
Bark and bark.
Mm, I'm curious. I'll just let this play out for a bit.
I just give the dog mad respect.
Yeah,
You grown up with a bird?
100%.
Respect.
Yeah, the dog. Can Lekbar roll me intimidation? But no, he's not technically great at it. Right. Lekbar has a character sheet.
Oh, he is, yeah, indeed. Duh.
He does.
Never-
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, like, just I would have
Just-
intervened and just given him proficiency in intimidation if he didn't have it already.
I was gonna say like he should with the amount he tries.
Yeah. Um, I mean, they're mostly like when they have their match where they kind of make noise at each other. They both hold their ground, but Lekbar then escalates into false charging, and the dog definitely backs off when Lekbar does so.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
It's mostly just but it's, keeps their. It tries to keep distance, but at the same time, like keep it there.
Hmm. I sign to
Lek-
Lekbot that
Yeah,
he can
Lekbar just
come back.
generally seems to like he tries to make himself space and everything. Like he's not on kill mode because like he's surrounded by things, and generally it likes to attack a thing. So currently it's like just okay. There's a hurt. Everyone, don't panic. Don't panic. I have this.
I
Yeah, Lekbar.
I try to cuddle some of the sheep, just like ruffle
Oh.
their wool.
Yeah, it seems to be, and they are. They have a nice coat.
Nice warm
That's
woolsies.
good. And yes, eventually, the sheep pass you. Eventually, the sheepdog kind of disengage and cares about the sheep again, and the shepherd, kind of passes you by. Oh, travelers on the road. How nice. Would you like a sheep? Probably not.
A whole sheep?
Whole sheep?
Well, don't have any other way to sell them to you right now.
Hmm. I mean, we could make use of a whole sheep.
We have to take it with us though as well.
Where are you going?
Going up north all the way.
As fast as we can.
Well, good luck with that. I'm
Thanks.
going down south to Osram. Get
Uh,
some of them shorn and then slaughtered. And the
hmm.
rest, back up with me in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So we shouldn't take them north.
Probably not. Don't know what you do with the sheep up there.
I mean, we could use it for its wool and its meat.
Just very. I mean, you're good, but none of you look like weavers to me.
That's very true, actually.
I would like to think I could weave if I can braid.
Yeah, we have Copper. Copper can do everything. He's like a Swiss knife.
I'm a Swiss Army tree.
Swiss knives, secret dwarven technology.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, the Swiss are the dwarfs.
They are.
It's just- after they built the Gotthard tunnel, that's dwarven shit. You can't
Well,
fool
what
me.
we're saying is I need to get one of those like hidden like Assassin's Creed blades in my arm, and then I have been completed.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes.
Yes, like a
Huh?
hidden blade. Make sure you put it on like the right way, because if you do it wrong, then you have to, sacrifice a finger.
I mean, that
That's
can
how
be
it-
arranged.
That's how it works in the game.
But that's
did
that,
not know
that
that.
that seems very stupid.
Yeah, they made the design in a way where you actually have to get rid of your ring finger to like actually
No,
make it
what I-
function.
What I mean, like, how?
By using the blade and it getting caught in your ring finger.
Even then, because
I
Because
would
you
like to not lose a finger, thank you.
because you
Can-
absolutely have to make a fist if you use the blade. You can't use a flat open hand. That is heresy and not allowed.
yeah, I was just saying, like, it's just stupid fucking mechanisms.
That's the
And-
reason why Eivor wears it backwards in Valhalla.
Hmm.
She wears
because
it on.
she's dumb.
No, she is smart because they actually use it. Well, depends if you choose
Yes,
the he or
nobody
her.
cares.
Switch genders, yeah.
To continue, this is what the fuck.
They
Like,
put
what
it. They
do
put
you
it on
mean?
top of the wrist instead of on the underside, so that you can like stab someone with like while punching instead of like using the backhand. Makes more sense.
No, a punch is a linear motion. And as long as the blade protrudes in line with your finger, in line with your hand, you can still punch them with the blade.
Or both. Punch and then-
I mean, to be fair, that's the ultimate move where you just have blades on both sides, both below and on top of your fist.
Exactly, you get it. I mean, it loses the purpose of hidden blade if you wear it like all fancy on top of your arm like a bracelet. But you know,
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
yes. Look,
it's-
if you wanted an actual hidden blade, you'd just carry a knife.
If I wanted a hidden blade, I'd go full Wolverine and have them like sunken into my hands.
It's just
yes.
Ah, no better. Yes. The shepherd. Kind of passes you, follows the herd. Though the herd seems to be, with the help of his two dogs, largely autonomous. It seems like the dogs at least knows where he's going and don't need to be directed.
Hmm.
Smart dog.
Smart dog indeed.
Hmm. Cute little doggos.
Yeesh.
Too bad we can't really use a sheep.
I don't think it would be fair towards the animals to like take him up north.
I mean,
No.
we don't have to take him.
I
up
assumed the
north, we
plan
can
was you would
just-
take the north and then eat them.
Yeah, like just like prepare them, and then
Hmm.
And
They
then you
don't
can
have
use
to
the extra
be
wool
alive.
to fluff out hair when it gets really cold.
yeah, exactly.
I'll be a cloud.
Could you
yeah.
just couldn't we just like put like the wool inside of Herb's shell to give him like more
Yeah,
isolation?
some insulation.
Please
Insulation,
don't.
insulation, not
No,
isolation.
That's a
no.
good idea.
The inside of Erb's shell is his body.
Yes,
Shove it
the
in his
inside of
body.
Herb's shell is herb.
This is not like over the hedge. The shell does not detach.
Okay, okay.
Yes, that's his rib cage you're
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
Please don't fill my lungs with wool.
Scratchy.
So sorry.
Oh, that is such an iconic quote. I was like,
Oh,
"Still fill
that's
my lungs with wool."
great. I am sorry.
How much do you want for a sheep? Because now I'm curious.
Oh, you actually want to take a sheep now?
Yes.
I think Ali is the one that has the money on her.
Ellie is also the one that probably would want the sheep the most.
I think she would actually want to buy the
Yes.
dogs instead, but that's okay.
No, you're
She
not
grew up on
getting
a
the
farm.
fucking.
Like sheep would be very like setting now.
She has pretty good animal handling and all that. She knows them animals.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we have Legba. Just don't forget Legba.
Yes,
How
but
can you
that was
forget like that?
special.
That's a good word.
Aw,
Yes.
It's true.
it is.
Uh, hmm. Ship. Oh, let's see. 10 silvers.
I don't think I have that anymore.
Oh, it's been.
Nope. Well, I could.
I have 2 gold pieces. Help.
That is
people, one
well,
is-
10
Well,
gold.
it's all decimal. So 10 silver is 1 gold. 10 gold is 1 platinum. 10
uh,
copper is 1 silver.
How much was it?
Like I'm gonna
10
ask
silver,
this
so 1 gold.
continuously because I cannot do math.
10
literally
silver is
can't.
1 gold.
Yeah.
I have 1 gold.
I have 7 gold pieces.
I have 2.
So you could buy 2 if you want, or just 1.
I need 1 sheep.
You want 1 sheep, okay. You're gonna carry this thing around. I'm not gonna help you with that.
I'm not gonna carry it. I'm just gonna like get one of Copper's twigs
do you
and
have-
try and have
do-
it like follow me.
Do we
because
perhaps
it's
still
like,
have
oh,
some
What?
rope to
so
make
just
like a
leave.
leash or a lead?
I'll have to warn you, if you're carrying the sheep, if you bring the sheep up north,
Oh, no,
getting
no,
getting some good grazing grass might be difficult.
I don't.
That's why I'm
think
going
we're-
south.
I don't think we're planning on taking it much further north.
You're planning on having it for dinner today.
Yes.
Ah,
Also good.
I get it.
Don't-
So yes.
Someone distract Ali, please.
No,
I'll-
hey, that's the thing. She grew up at a ranch. She knows about slaughtering animals.
Probably very adept.
Yes, but
with
she
it,
will
too.
probably
She
still want to
probably
bond
has
with it
done
first.
it. Like,
Yes, but she will probably still want to bond with it first. It's a problem.
yeah, but again, like if you're comfortable with farm life, you probably know about slaughtering animals, and
Oh no.
you
true,
probably have slaughtered animals that have names before.
Oh,
True. But yes, I'll give him.
Caps says no. I'm like, slain an animal, not slain. Like if they've
I
slain a
remember
dragon.
how to
and
spell
single-
it, okay, I'm struggling to do.
And I know, I just like it. It is humorous to me. Like like slaying a dragon in single combat.
Yeah.
It was just young
fair,
young
for
Ali with a
Capri-
knife.
For Capri, like a cow is just as big.
No, I mean, cows are fucking terrifying. It's just- But yes, you're buying a sheep.
Yes. Yummy.
Have you deducted the onesies?
Yes, I shall deduct it now.
Very good, very good.
It's
Well,
been deducted.
you have a sheep.
I have a sheep.
Arnie, sheep daddy.
And for the first time, still on what goes for paths and roads here. You have made your way. And the sun. Probably, I mean, you probably actually walked both during, like, in the rising and the setting sun, because yeah, daylight time not particularly high anymore in these northern regards. But yes. And
It's not
so
on time.
you find a place to make camp, to pitch the tents, to start a fire, and presumably to eat a whole sheep.
Yeah.
With the whole sheep.
Yummy.
I mean, this is what else are you
No,
gonna do?
like,
Sorry.
So are you gonna slaughter it by yourself, or do you need some help with this?
I mean, I do need some help getting the coat off, for sure.
I can help, I guess. mean, you taught me, but
But yeah, let's take off the coat.
take off the coat.
The coat.
So, Arne
Hmm.
and Arnwell are
Arnwell.
Arnwell,
Arnwell.
yes.
skinning, cleaning, and preparing
Yeah.
Mhm.
the mutton.
Mhm.
Any rolls you need for that, or
Let me scoop out those
No.
intestines.
Can I
No.
try and like take the wool and like make a little coat out of it?
Yay.
I mean, this is... After it is skinned, you have the bloody skin of a sheep.
You can shear the sheep before you skin it.
do we have
Yes,
shears?
you can, but I mean, shears, you could probably do something with knives that you can, but then you have a whole bunch of loose wool.
Well, if we could bunch up the loose wool and use it as fire starters.
No.
That would smell horrible.
Well, still, if you don't have anything else.
The amount of like knowledge behind that
Or-
sentiment was intriguing.
Or we
Oh, I mean,
keep
never smelled burning hair?
I did.
No.
Okay.
It's
We-
horrible.
Burning feathers, maybe.
We could also maybe
Yeah.
take the skin, like scrape off the rest of the flesh and whatever that's on it, and then maybe like hang it to dry by the fire so it dries out. So we have like a little bit of a leather whatever thing with the wool.
You would have hide.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like-
that is the word I thought.
Like the actual like tanning and leather making process would involve
Yeah.
a bit more time, but I mean, yeah, if you want to walk around with a sheep hide, you can.
Oh, you.
For
Hardy
funn's
just wants a
sake.
nice sheepskin rug for the bottom of his tent.
Yeah. No, I just want to wear it.
It's for the interior of the swamp. You know.
Oh no. It would make your toes extra toasty when you're traveling.
But it's nice. Maybe when it's cold, we could lay on it, even though it's like not gonna fit most of us anyway. But the ones that are cold can lay on it.
So, Ali.
Yes.
So, food. Nom noms. Do we start a fire? Do we start making a fire and stuff?
I mean, I would hope that was like one of the first.
Yeah,
steps.
I mean, do we see like anything that is like a little bit sheltered?
Here you are in an area where, you still have like by the road and everything. There's woodlands, standing trees. There are no like real shelter features in the landscape. Like on
Mm.
this fairly southerly part of North, southern westernly part of North is fairly flat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because it would be nice to have like a little bit of a shelter maybe from like the cold, but at least like let's get like a little bit of sits with like some wood. Nice. What was wanted? What did I want to words? Sorry. At least find a little bit of a shelter, like not sit out in the open in the middle of the road, basically.
Mhm.
I think that makes sense. If everybody else
somewhat same.
agrees with that, of course.
I have no objections.
Nope.
Just a little bit sheltered by the trees, you know.
Mhm.
And Anvil, of course, will make the fire.
The
Oh,
expert.
will she?
Double layer sass.
And I was gonna gather some sticks and like sharpen them so we can skew the meat on them. So for
Mhm.
the fire.
Kebab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yummy, yummy.
I was about to say it, but then I am not gonna do this to Rosie.
Okay, meat skewers. All good, all good. Anything else anyone would like to do? Not sure what I'll do. But up?
No. Just trying to not be sad for the cheap.
No,
Aw.
Irby. I'm sorry, buddy.
Well, then. Due to the existence of sheep, I'd say. Well, actually, this. Oh god, does anyone here have cutting utensils as their tool proficiency?
So
I knew it
I
was
have,
no without even looking.
I have smithing, but I don't think
That's not the same. Not a
No,
lot
but-
of transferable skill there.
No.
what about a leg bar?
Legba likes to eat things raw. Wait, actually.
Yeah,
I
no.
just
I have
noticed
smithing and probably vehicular, but that's not going to help either scenario.
there's a thing. Like, what the fuck? Anvil doesn't have any skill proficiencies, but it has one written down, but it's empty.
Wait, does it?
You know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, skill proficiency, nothing.
I mean,
And you rolled it with strength, apparently. But apparently you have no dual tool proficiency because you're useless.
yes,
I
I
don't
am.
make the rules! It's just...
I don't have tool proficiency because I am the tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Copper's the Swiss knife. He should have proficiency by default.
I mean, but didn't I go for like whittling or something?
I mean, whatever you did, it's not there, so
fuck.
nobody can stop you if you want to change it to something. In any case... Actually,
know, I-
also doesn't have any tool proficiencies. Why didn't you try there no tool proficiencies?
I don't know. I maybe messed up. I have no idea.
Oh well. Yeah, maybe I
Uh-huh.
didn't insist at the time.
Maybe.
Oh well.
We'll figure it
Roll
out.
me a roll me a d20.
Just me?
Someone.
Okay. Me. Eh. Oh, it's 2 GM only. Why?
That's fine.
That was a 7, guys. I'm sorry.
And this is why
Um,
you have stream open, so you can see the 2D.
you were not terribly efficient in your dealing with the sheep,
Oh shit.
and thus it will count as 4 rations for the time being.
Okay.
Well, actually, 3 rations. Sorry. I messed up. I think there are 3 rations, which means only 1 ration has to be deducted for the day.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, maybe someone more inclined to math should take care of the rations.
Oh no, I can do small subtractions.
Yeah, but didn't you already make a mistake?
Didn't you? You said
I
three.
mean- No. The sheep counts as 3 rations.
'Cause we
Meaning, as you eat 4 rations every day,
you deduct 1.
you add a -1.
Yeah.
Oh, like this. Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
It's totally
No
okay.
problem. No, I was also like with the thing, like I don't think there are a lot of people around here that are inclined to math. I mean, I guess me and Gray sometimes maybe.
I mean, I'll do math, I just don't like it.
I don't think anyone likes doing pure math.
I actually know some people that do, and I'm very confused.
I
by
mean,
it.
it really depends on the math, but I mean,
There's math that is no problem. That's like, oh yeah, I'll just do it. This just doesn't bother me at all. But
let's say I'm really glad that if in February I had my last math exam ever.
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
get
like
that.
it's and
I like
yes,
constantly subject myself to it. Like, why do I hate this?
and of course now we go into nightfall. As this, at the height of the rather long darkness.
Mhm.
But yes, a nightfall, and of course there we go into night watches.
I mean, I guess I'm.
Well, yes, you
Pretty
are on
safe
permanent
when you-
night watch duty, but
I mean, everybody else is in a tent.
yes, but you could go with 4 eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
well,
I assume
join
Legba would stay for
can
a bit
join.
too, because I
I can join the first
Yes, but Legba is. you know, depending on whether he finds something interesting
No,
or
wait.
notable.
Let me
Just-
do like a watch that is later on since I have dark vision.
I mean, that does again like you are up north and it's winter.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's
It's
gonna be night vision. most
bloody
of the
like
time.
it's night
dark.
dark for a lot of hours.
Damn.
That's like the one thing I wish I had was dark vision.
I have a Legba. That's enough.
I can take second watch then. Because you were calling first watch, right, Marin? Or Arne?
Yeah, that he just joined Copper for company.
Okay. I'll just once I wake up, you can go to bed.
Herb is not good at night watch. Herb will just snooze through everything.
Oh,
Or
and if in
just
doubt, we can
it's
put
nice.
Ellie there.
I mean, I don't need to sleep, so I can technically watch while I'm in my rest mode. So like, as long as I can just sit in a position.
Yeah, I
to
think
see
the idea is
everything.
basically to have 2 pairs of eyes at any given moment, and
Yeah,
you
no,
are
I'm
just
just saying like it doesn't matter who else is there. Like even if they get like, you know, they don't have dark vision, it's harder for them. Like we still have 2 sets of eyes constantly.
Mm-hmm.
so well. Then I would like, I guess, 3 perception rolls from
Yeah, I
Uh,
realized my mistake there.
from you, and just in general perception rolls from all the party people that are on
Okay.
watches.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I get better through the night apparently. Oh, I will.
Oh no.
Again,
Ah!
like it's just so.
We have a dirty
So fun,
20 and a
actually.
3. That's a great start.
No, this is also the part. I mean, there were people screaming loudly about campfire conversations and bullshit like that. Feel free at any time.
So, Admiral's just gonna like test the theory here.
Wonderful. I'm
To
sure
see
that
it.
makes. I'm sure that makes Copper feel right at ease.
Yes, I mean, because she still is 100% believing that Copper is reverse Pinocchio.
Which is hilarious because like, oh yeah, Arnie can chop your hand off. I'll set you on fire, and it won't be an actual person you're massacring.
Oh.
So
It's like, oh, when you turn human, will your hands don't grow back? No, it won't grow back anyway, but it doubly won't grow back if it's human or
yeah.
equivalent.
So that's kind of the problem here, I guess, where Anvil is just very confused still. Like, hey, I think I misunderstood you the first time, because were you created or turned into whatever you are?
That's a really, really mean question to
I
ask
am
someone.
Yeah.
Someone
sorry.
who
Buy him
wasn't there
dinner
for the
first,
birth,
Anvil.
I can't
She
answer
is-
that question.
Buy him dinner first, Animal.
I'm just
I mean-
very straightforward. I'm just a curious being. I would just.
I mean, were you a natural born or cesarean? I don't know.
I wasn't there. I wasn't taking notes.
I wasn't conscious. I just existed, and then I'm like, okay, I do think, but like, I don't know.
well, I just.
And what do you know
Yeah,
when
ask
you
someone
were
with no
born?
memory what their memory is. Like, there's a
Well,
flaw here.
Well, it's more like you lost your memory before, but like it made it sound like you were another person or another being before you woke up and found us, or we found you. So that's why I was thinking that what if you were something else before being Copper?
Not really in a position to answer that question. I could have been a dog for all I know.
Well,
Probably not, though.
You would have been a really good boy.
Oh, thank you.
Best boy.
no.
I'm. Maybe one day we'll find out. Maybe we'll find the great maker or father or whatever. I don't know, but like that could have been 6,000 years ago for all we know. I don't know time.
It could. Damn.
I mean, I don't know what year it is.
I kind of lost.
I
track
don't
of
know what year I
counting.
last was. Which would have been a good part of that math.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of counting too, I guess. But no, it was just Since you know like Elven speak and stuff, or like the Elven language, I just was wondering.
If nothing else, I am elven of sort.
You can't learn languages if you're not elven. It just doesn't work.
No.
No.
Impossible, right?
Well, the 20 years with a giveaway. You just can't see under the helmet.
I'm just a very naive person, okay? Admiral just wants answers and she doesn't care.
It's true, but like it's like if I have no memory, I can't answer the question.
I know.
It's just like I don't know what you want from me.
They're like, how does one lose their memory? It's like,
How does one regain their memory?
That is the bigger question.
exactly. How does one regain their memory? Well,
No, we know it's not a stiff drink because no stomach.
well, yeah, I mean,
Unless
would
just
be-
bathing and it works.
it would be cool to finally like find the person who created you, or gave you life, or however you want to put it.
Mommy tree.
Hmm?
Like mommy tree.
I don't know. Maybe there's like a very big magical tree that you were made like that they used the wood of to make you. Who knows? There's just a slight
I mean-
gas, like.
If there was a big magical tree, I'm sure there would be a note of it somewhere. Even if it was cut down.
Mhm.
Seems like the sort of things that elves would keep track of, big magical trees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have spoken to some elves along the way, but before that, I never really like truly spoke to elves before, so I don't know.
If only you'd thought of that when we were in the giant library. Could have checked.
I mean, we could have. We just never got the idea of a big wooden tree. Of course, trees are wooden, but
Well, it depends. Like, if you go to, like, you know, not dwarves, the other one. The ones that make things that go kaboom.
What?
That might have been custom for the last campaign I was in. I mean, there was a race that, like, were really technological, but everything exploded. I'm like, is that not
That's
the standard?
me. That's me. I do that. No.
Okay, the meat for race. All of eyeball. That would be actually, like, kind of cool to be like, oh, there's a race that's just like a giant eyeball. One
I
big
think they're
wing
called
belt.
beholders.
yeah.
They have lots of tiny eyeballs and a mouth. Like they don't count.
No, I mean, like, you know,
Just eyeball.
like, the way you have a gnome, you would have, like, an eyeball rather than, like, a beholder that, like, completely fucks you up.
Mm.
Just, like, a cute little, like, you know, probably relatively harmless thing, because unless it has arms, what are they gonna do? Bounce on you? We got sidetracked again.
Well, it's just a theory. I'm
The
Yeah.
giant eyeballs?
no the theory of whatever I thought that you might have been before you woke up with us.
You mean when I woke up with the murder chicken?
Yeah, I mean, I am truly thankful for you trying to save me that day. So at least like protecting me from that day on. So
I mean,
And it's going so well. You've not had any accidents or incidents for at least a month.
we didn't really encounter anyone anyways as well. So I think the most scary encounter we had was that what was it again? Macarius or something like that weird dude.
oh my God.
Not the crazy lady in Tumby's house.
Yeah,
Well,
that one is pretty freaky.
Oh, so yeah. Arne's dad is quite scary as well. I don't remember him that way.
Not as scary as Ali when he's around. Oh dear.
Well, if I mean, I hope
But,
everything turns
like-
out well.
We just didn't have any kind of murder for quite a while.
Exactly what I mean.
Yes.
Isn't that a good thing?
I mean, that's
It
maybe
is.
because Livia's not been around to instill, like,
Arna, that
You know-
really depends on who you ask.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, Legba's probably very disappointed.
Yes.
I think it's almost time to swap watches. I'll just wait for Ali to come out. And just sit
What?
there awkwardly and quietly. Like, no comment.
I mean, like, it doesn't have to be awkward after that. I could be like, oh, so does Arnie always like nearly murder himself on boats?
I don't know.
Only on Saturdays.
Only before Ali's birthday.
Yes.
I mean, Arne has been, how do you say that, more angry lately? Or at least seems more agitated, or easily agitated these days. So I don't know. I think there's like, I mean, it's a tense situation.
To be fair,
Mm.
I don't think being as apt as he is enjoys being told he's doing something wrong by somebody who's quite as up their ass as that captain was.
I mean, yeah. I get that.
Also, the chef. I don't eat, and he was scary. Like, I can't imagine what it was like for someone who needed food.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just glad we made friends like you along the way that can help us out.
Yeah, Zolekba. He's a good friend.
Sure.
Back to differ.
Well, he
As long as
did
I'm
help.
on the other side of, like, him, like, Herb's in the middle, like, it's fine.
Has helped us out quite a bit every now and then.
Has he? I mean, he plucked that guy's eyes out, I suppose, which was handy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It would have been nice if he had done it to Lord up his own ass.
What
Hmm.
up his own ass?
I like how we still know.
Oh,
you
Lord
mean-
Ego. Yes, that's what he's called.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna swap
Yeah.
positions with Ali.
You should get some rest and try not to murder Arnie.
No, I'll just I'll probably, I don't know.
At least, like, that's the one benefit of tents. You don't have to be near him.
Mm-hmm.
And the weird
Well-
staring.
Well, he's asleep now, so he can't stare at me.
Yet.
Oh
Hard
shit.
watch, remember?
It's
No,
dark. I can't see anything anyway.
Arne had the first watch, so I'm going to bed after Arne.
Oh.
Ali's last
Got
watch.
the wrong in my head. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Totally fine. Well,
I mean, if you can hear the snoring, you're probably fine.
yeah. I mean, Animal is going to take this opportunity to just like cuddle a little bit closer.
And
Is that
Arne
Gerard,
takes
or-
this opportunity to hawk Advil for some extra heat as well.
Yeah. Let's go.
I want to be the tiny spoon though.
That's okay. I mean, Animal just basically like crawls like behind him and like notices that he's like kind of cold, and because she's wearing the cloak, she like wraps her arm around him like from the back, like with the cloak, so they're like both covered.
Cloak duvet. I'm
Oh
here
my
for
God.
this.
That's basically it. Was that a little snore?
Yes.
It's cute. Oh. Yes. Just some slight cuddling.
Oh. Like, I hear typing. What's going on? Larumpa.
You know, moths
I
are
mean,
drawn.
Arnie's giving up some of his dinner to quell Ligba.
Yes.
Wow.
Look, I'm very busy doing something in the background. Can you just amuse yourself now?
I know.
Um,
It's right. We were just talking to Capri saying that she'd have no problem murdering the lamb because that's very normal.
it's good. Well, the day is too As you begin to wake up. Only actually before Legba tries to wake you up, because Legba reacts to the sun, and the sun takes a while.
It does.
Ha ha ha! You have no power here.
It never sun here.
So,
The question is, does Arnie lose a finger?
No.
Was it just the lamb or was it lamb plus finger?
No.
Good boy.
yes, lamb. Oh, I just not paying attention. It's just, yes, very good. Wait, does... Check. Yes, Aha! Now does triple work? It does.
Ooh.
Well then, I'll pack up and get ready for the next day of
The
your
fact that that's
journey.
happening is making me deeply concerned, but also very intrigued.
Oh, well, another 2d4s. And 1 d12.
D1?
No, d100. It's...
Ah.
I'm bad.
I'm
bad.
like,
I'm
if you
bad.
roll a D1, that's definitely a 1.
I'm bad at knowing things.
Roll
It's
me 1d1.
The result
I would
might
like to
shock
see
you.
what you rolled in that scenario because that surely is like a paradox. Also, 31 days annual, you're doing great.
You roll a Mobius loop. There's only one surface. No, I mean no. Sorry, I was slightly distracted because I had a terrible idea, and now I have now created a terrible idea. I need to inflict it on all of you.
Oh no.
Yes, I know. Because people were having great fun to talk about how Ali reacted to Ander. So yeah. No, you'll have to live with that thing existing. Yeah, the 2d4s, please.
That is amazing. That's great.
Excellent.
Oh, I'd hate it when somebody says that.
Well, it's a good word!
It
Well,
basically means, like, I'm trying to throw you so you don't know what you rolled.
Yeah.
Right, right. Excellent is just a good word.
It's excellent.
It is, in fact. Excellent, Smithers.
Oh.
I don't know, travel seems to be fairly uneventful this day. Just walking, but slowly the landscape gets less flat, more hilly, more wooded.
Brothers.
Today you only spot a few buildings. As you go further north on the second day. So, anything for the night? Any conversations you want to have on the road? I'll take that as a no.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Well, of course, as the landscape gets more rugged, you find better, more sheltered position to camp in. Still not nice, but
Well, Star's a little bit sheltered. from like, I don't know, like I don't really feel like other people will pass by, but still, you know,
Unlikely.
you don't want to sit there in the middle of the road.
Also, just shelter from wind.
Yeah. Wind, cold.
And snow, rain, whatever.
Maybe
Eh,
some possible animals.
I mean, we do have a
Those are
tent,
around.
so
Graupel.
It's a good word. Graupe. Well, yes. Unless there's anyone that wants to do anything specific or wants to talk about anything with anyone, I'd say we shall deduct 4 rations for the day and go into the next travel day because we have a bunch of those left.
I feel like now the winter depression is kicking in. We have talked about everything there was to talk about, and now it's just enduring the winter darkness.
Mhm. Exactly. I mean, I'm like kind of looking forward to, well, not really looking forward to, but I'm kind of wondering what we're looking for up north. Eventually, like what we're gonna find up there.
Stuff.
Stuff.
Perhaps it will include things.
Thanks.
Ah, yes. Things. You said something about the heart of Nolf or whatever?
The heart of winter.
The heart of winter,
Was
yes.
the thing you were looking for, which apparently. I mean, that's the thing. You were sent here because someone else apparently did a lot of research and then sent out an expedition. And this is basically entirely on the off chance. Just go where they're going. They seem to be pretty confident in finding something interesting.
Yes.
Mm.
So we're just a snipe squad to get in there first and get the interesting thing before they do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, but now we have, like, quote unquote, wasted so much time that we're probably not gonna be the first ones to go there. And instead, our plan is to be the only ones leaving, if need be.
Exactly. You get it. Are we gonna do the same orders of the watch? As well?
Seems good to me.
I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Just to make sure that we're safe. Ish.
Very well. Do your perception checkies again.
Yish. Just making
I'll
sure,
see if
like
I can roll better.
squinting my eyes now, like actually hoping that I see something, if there is something to see, of course. Oh, please, Lord.
I think Legbar's
Yay,
getting.
I doubled my roll!
I think Legbar's getting bored and will also look for funny things.
No, funny things. While Lekvar doesn't find anything funny,
Oh no.
during the Arne watch, you can hear wolves howling, making a roll call.
Oh.
Nope. Nope.
They still seem to be still be, pretty far off. It's a pretty
Mhm.
faint noise where you're currently at, but
I'm aware of them.
it's a slightly unnerving thing to hear in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm. Mm,
Slightly worried here.
hearing this, Arne unsheaths his axe and just places it on his lap, just in case.
Do you
I'm just. Nope, continue.
do you inform me when we like switch watches?
Yes,
I hope you do.
I
Yeah, okay.
definitely do. I definitely do.
Okay. Also, I keep my eyes open, but I'm definitely not hearing anything. Or ears open, I mean. I can't
Your
hear
ears.
with my eyes.
I can hear with my eyes. I can see with my
Unwell,
ears.
what do your elf eyes see?
I don't know, I can't hear shit.
Have you tried using your ears instead of your eyes?
Oh my
I
god.
also see with my ears.
I don't know, I smell with my ears. I hear with my I see with my nose.
Sorry, I just imagined something stupid and I can't unsee it in my brain.
You know, like what do your eyes see? I just like bending my head backwards like your nostrils.
Exactly this. my eyeballs going
Stop. You mute yourself so we can move on.
Yes.
Well.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're back up. The rations have been deducted, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well then. Back up again. From the start again. The weather is still, well, it wasn't good, but no rain or snow. That is as clear as one might hope for the time being. So again, 2d4s, 1d10, 1d100.
Ooh, I wanted the d4s.
I'll let somebody else roll.
2 d4s?
2d4s.
2 d4s.
Fucking
Oh.
hell. What is it? Oh. And 3100.
Oh. Okay, I
Mhm.
am so sorry for this. It's gotta go in
Why?
cursed.
Oh, what did you find? Oh no.
I'm so glad I
Oh
have that
no.
muted.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yes.
I would please like 2d10 rolls.
Oh,
Wow. Arnie
who's
with
gonna do
91.
that? Who's gonna do that?
Gray, do you want to roll?
2d10s.
2d10s, okay.
Ooh.
That's not a
Mhm.
lucky number.
No, it is.
Oh, it is a very lucky number.
10. Like in Asia, the unlucky number is 4. So like
Okay, that's true.
Okay.
I like how I was like, is it one low number and then one crit for like both annual and like bus rolls?
Mm-hmm.
You eventually, as you make your way again, the paths basically start to either stop existing or be lost in the snow. And as the country becomes rougher, as you enter in what the area of Nolf, the interior of Nolf, which Anwil and Arne would know as simply the high places, which almost forms like a barrier in the middle of Nolf between the relatively temperate southern plains and then there's the northern frozen expanse where you're going. An area of rugged hills, not some true mountains, but mostly just a rough hill country.
Okay.
So yeah.
And
Oops, sorry.
no, you go.
No.
You guys talking is way more important than me talking.
Oh. But are you sure though?
Yeah.
Are they just wanted to say like, well, our journey officially starts here.
Well,
It's gonna get a little bit rougher from here on.
And
Yeah,
you
especially
will
that.
eventually have. Oh, sorry. Again, you should talk. I shouldn't. I should talk less. Go ahead, Yuk.
well, it's gonna get rough from here on, I guess.
Yeah, the easy part is behind
over.
us.
Yep.
This is where it's gonna be challenging.
Great.
Yay!
At least we prepared. Prepared in some
Thank you
way.
for the uplifting words.
Oh,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how vertical is the walking scenario going to be?
Oh.
Where a 1 is the Netherlands and a 10 is the Himalayas.
Yeah.
Like this is again, like this is not a true mountain range, the high places. It's more like highlands, foothills, hill country.
mm-hmm.
Like general highlands, not Scottish highlands, because Scottish highlands are basically a mountain range.
And gorgeous.
I love how you started with a range of numbers and then didn't give us a
I
number.
know. I guess that's like a 3, 4. Oh no, I'm not
So-
good at
Is
making.
it like brisk hill walking, or is it like literally like vertical, like practically like walking at 90-degree angle?
No,
I
there's
have a
no
good question.
climbing going on right now. You can still walk.
I am
Okay.
so glad.
That was my concern. I'm like, how is Herb going to go?
We will need for us to reach a level where one of us can cast fly if we need to climb.
Mhm.
Yeah, Up is not the most climby person.
I
We'll
should be
manage,
an
right?
inventor.
Come, eventually, you will have to cross a frozen river, a partially frozen river.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
How are we gonna deal with Herb?
Make a hole in the river, walk under the river, and
It's gonna be
then
very
Can
cold
you-
though.
You remember that cold bath we took, Herb?
oh yeah, this
How
might.
deep is it? 'Cause,
Like,
if
you
I
get-
put-
This is 10 times as cold.
Probably not. The cold bar was pretty fucking cold. And I mean, there's the thing,
Oh.
like, Orc has walked on the ocean floor. Orc has walked on the ocean floor. Like, he's not. Yes, he gets slow, but crossing a river is not like the greatest inability for Erp.
I
and
think
he
Herb
has
should.
the like orb of like heat source, whatever we're calling it.
I should would.
Do you-
I think we should let Herb go last then. Like if he's going to break the ice, we should cross it.
Oh, the
before-
ice is like not desperately solid.
Oh, how
Like,
is
there's still a water flow in the river. It is.
how
Should we just?
how deep is it?
You can't tell.
I try to tell. I just start walking in it. Like I put my plants somewhere and like slowly make my way.
Oh, one moment.
See you on the other side, buddy. But what about copper?
Copper can do the same, basically.
And
Kinda.
melt. Perception rolls, my dearies, for everyone.
Well, if my perception is as clear as this river, then right now I can't see shit.
That's
My
fine.
perception
You're
is so good today.
Ooh,
Holy
the-
You're
shit.
like in the
The picture,
bottom,
yeah, the picture's still. Oh, there we go.
bottom left bit.
That I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of
Oh.
good rolls. Up is probably yeah, that's a river. I'll go through it. That's
Oh no
that's
no
no
no!
issue.
I just realized I rolled with Legbar for Herb and with Herb for Legbar.
Okay, okay. I mean, Up is Up is very uninterested, as it's not really his milieu of things of interest. But if I direct you towards the north of the river, you will see an animated shape of water, just
Not
kind
yet.
of moving down the river.
Oh shit.
It would be a big concern.
And it's big.
Yeah, I think the scale of that versus the scale of us, like,
Mm-hmm.
how about we let that pass before we go near the river?
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? A shape of water.
Yes, this just seems to be like, yes, it seems to be a shape made out of whirling water. And there seems to be like some whirling wind around it, like the snow directly at the coast as it parts kind of gets disturbed.
Hmm.
It just
That-
slowly makes its way down the river with the flowing of the river.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not his pass, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. No need to make the water angry if you want to pass.
No.
Just slowly goes by you. Seems to take absolutely no note of you. It gets closer. Just flowing with the water. However, God damn it. Yes, that's the correct layer. As it passes about where it is now, it disturbs the snow so far as to reveal. Bum, bum, bum. A Vare. One of the, like,
Into
you know,
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
A Vare, basically, you know, a walking snow crocodile.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
And it kind of disturbs the. Oh wait, no, I've given it the wrong layer yet again. Layers. Yeah, that's right. It kind of passes it, but disturbs the snow there, and the Vare just, you know, kind of being bereft of its cover, just starts to, you know, kind of slink away. And tries to settle itself in a new position, like a bit further upwards. Well,
Is that the
Yes.
only one we see, or is there more that we
I
could
think
look
there
for?
might be more.
Well, that's just an assumption, though. Like,
I mean, this one got like startled by the thing, so I assume there might be more if they're hidden in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
is there any rocks laying around?
if you dig through the snow, sure.
Just try to find like one or like a few rocks.
Ooh.
I don't like where this is going.
I
have an
need
idea.
a rock.
And I try to throw a rock to the other side of the river to like see like around where the other one was. To like see if they disturb the snow, if there is more of them coming out.
And like you're just kind of across from you, just there.
Yeah, kind of.
Just just somewhere across from you.
Yeah.
Your stone hits the snow and sinks in the snow.
Oh no.
There seems nothing particular to happen other than what you might expect.
Does it seem like the crocodile has noticed us?
No, like if it does, it seems to have taken no interest in you so far. It just, it got a snow-covered position disturbed, and is now trying to dig itself into a new one. Which doesn't work quite well because technically it waits. It gets into a position and then it waits to be snowed over. It's not very good at actually digging itself its own position. It waits for new snow to snow on top of itself.
Then what was the point in moving in the first place?
No, it got disturbed. Like the snow on top of it got disturbed by the water spirit.
No, I just mean if it has to wait for new snow anyway, then why would it?
Yeah, wait. You might be startled if a water spirit starts routing the snow around you. Doesn't happen every day. Huh?
You would hope not. Like, I would hope that doesn't happen every day. Okay.
I mean,
Poor fellow.
I have a stupid idea.
Not necessarily
Maybe
the word,
Okay.
the word I'm looking for.
You have a
if we have to cross, I don't want to stick my hand into the snow or my foot into the snow directly and step on a gator. I, for some reason, have a broomstick in my inventory.
Oh, I
wanna,
remember
like,
that.
Wave
Yeah,
it
that was an
around in
interesting
the
idea.
snow. I want to wave it around like in front of me in the snow like some walking cane to see if the
Yeah,
path
like
is there
disturbing
for
the
us.
snow in front of you to see if
Yeah.
you can. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when it gets bitten in half, then we know don't go there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. That's still the thing. How have you crossed the frozen river?
Mm-hmm.
The partially frozen river. The freezing river.
How tall is how deep is the river?
Difficult to say from where you're standing.
I mean, I took a few steps in so far, so.
Not very deep.
Well,
You can,
Like, I mean, I could walk people over on my shoulders.
maybe
I suppose.
just maybe a meter at the worst.
Ooh,
Oh
does that
yeah,
mean
for
I
sure.
can-
That's not even waste time.
Yeah.
yeah, let's just carry them.
Oh, thank you.
Piggybacks.
The question is Arnie going to be a gentleman or is he going to jump on first?
I'm gonna jump on first.
I will probably carry Ellie because everyone else would be a bit heavy for me.
No, but Advil should go first before me.
You are the one carrying the stick, buddy.
The crocodiles?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you have the stick, mate.
I'm the stick dude. Yes, I will go first.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll be the gentleman. You go to your death first, please.
No, it was more like I don't want to stay behind.
I'll stay behind. It's okay.
I'll be right back. It's gonna be no time at all.
Okay.
And we can leave Legba here too.
Sure.
Legba can
Me,
clear the,
like,
Legba is great protection.
I
Legba
agree.
can
Exactly.
clear the river in a jump. Legba is great at jumping.
What a show off.
Yeah, I will like kneel down so that you've got a chance of climbing up. Like, so you've got like a knee like stepping stone.
Arde like, just climbs up and he holds onto Copper like,
It's like I'm climbing a tree.
yay! And he like feels around with the stick when they're across
I guess that's the question. How long are you planning to do this?
to do the feeling of the stick.
Yes, because like
mean-
the Varo are not like this one is close to a river, yes, but they are not semi-aquatic. They live
maybe-
everywhere in the high hills.
I mean, I guess once we're all here and we make a way somewhere, I will just keep doing that till like the end of the road, the path we take.
Ain't no
know.
roads anymore. Like it's
Yeah,
just-
like I mean, like the general direction we walk into.
So you're gonna do this until we arrive. That's
No,
Until we're out of the area you think they're in.
yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Animal handling on Arne. Okay. Well, yeah, you can all make your way across. They got like the Varo you can see seems to basically entirely ignore you currently.
that.
Is anyone like approaching it, or you're just kind of making like a circle around it and then moving further in your direction?
Yeah, I'm not gonna disturb it.
Not planning on to.
yeah. From what I've heard, they shouldn't be disturbed,
Mm-hmm.
even if they look pretty cute.
Well, I guess.
Like what you would guess is it kind of again like sunk itself into the snow a bit, but that thing is like head to tail, 4 meters long.
Well, that is
nice.
cute.
Like this doesn't do it justice, but it's a pretty large animal with a pretty hefty mouth.
Large teeth.
Okay. But no, yeah, there's as you your brooming of the ground seems to reveal no further Varo in the immediate vicinity, and that one seems to just be kind of, I would probably notice that as far as Varos have mood, it's in a pretty bad mood because it was forced to move and it didn't like that.
I relate to that.
Other than that, yes, you have avoided the Varo.
God, imagine if we stood on one of those.
I'm sure that would be fine.
I'd rather not experience that.
It's like, oh, my leg is broken. I'm stuck.
Well then. Next night.
Yeesh.
Subtracting some rations.
Of
Oh
course.
yeah, yeah. I would love to have a longer piggyback.
I'm like, I don't want to put you down and be like, oh, there's loads of these around. I'm like, let's keep safe.
Yeah, that's very nice of you, Copper.
Hold on, I'm gonna check on my
We
cat
protect the
real quick. It's
animal.
outside.
Okay.
It was my promise. And they have big pointy teeth. Besides, it's going to be really good if we get today, like, injury death roll free, because then you get to 33, and that's a really symmetrical number. I'm literally keeping this up to date day by day because I'm like, I will forget otherwise.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, well then, you're now in the high hills, in the high places.
Woo!
You find pretty good shelter for yourself generally,
Oh, nice.
I'm back.
but it also, it does also definitely get colder. And as you kind of settle down and, set up your campfire, get ready to eat your rations, a slight snow begins to fall.
Ew.
It's snowing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. So
Just making sure that I stay warm and cozy in my cloak.
Mm.
Night watches
This-
again. Yes. Oh.
This is probably one of the first times Herb has ever seen snowfall.
Aw.
That's cute.
So I'm just gonna look at all of this in awe.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Anvil would weird him out by opening up her mouth and like trying to catch some snowflakes with her tongue, going like, eh.
Aw.
Mhm. Well, then the
Well,
night watch.
The night
The
watch.
night watch.
Yeah.
Night watch things.
Another perception, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I think I clicked something wrong. My cat had bothered me.
Please, Lord.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yes, you definitely hit something wrong.
I had
Uh,
good rolls. I only
please,
got that
please, Lords.
Um,
Oh! Let's go!
Nice.
Finally!
as long as I get something in between those two, I'm happy.
Oh! Nice.
We take that.
It's a nat 20. Those are rare.
Oh, somewhat rare, are they not?
There was like a thing of like, well, for Anvil. And the way you said that.
Well, you do. Well, Unwell, as you with that natural 20 during your watch, you notice. Yeah, like it's not probably not a particular consequence to you, really. But it's just, kind of as you stare off, you do notice a lynx just stalking through the snow. Like, let's call it a 5% chance that you might have seen it. Oh yeah, a cat,
A cat?
a lynx.
Oh,
Come
lynx.
on, you know,
Oh!
you know what a lynx is.
I know what a lynx is, yeah.
They're the cool cats.
Yeah, I
Look at
know.
Lynxes, everyone. Lynxes are super cool.
Lynxes are
Yes.
amazing. They're very pretty.
Their ears look funny.
This is true. Right. Stalking around.
Oh, my
kind of
cat
at the edge of
being
you.
an asshole. Ow.
I'm just, I mean,
You
as
only
long
like it's fairly far away, but as cat's eyes do, you at one point see the back reflection of their eyes,
Mhm. Yeah, I
A
try to
sharp
like.
orange. a sharp orange glow in the distance, and from there you can then identify. Oh yeah, there's a lynx over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like trying to keep an eye on that thing, if I'm able to.
Okay.
And of course, point out to Ali when she's taking my watch, and also Talon Copper, obviously.
I'm sure Ali is excited because
Big cat.
Hey, kitty.
the big cat, funny ears.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just make sure that let me keep track of that thing. I don't really like surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a lynx. Like, come
Yeah.
on. It's just unlikely to attack you, all things considered.
Well-
Maybe it would attack Anvil or Ellie if they're small enough. But
I mean, it might try on Lekvar, but other than that,
Mhm.
yeah, wrong pick, buddy.
yeah, that's not the greatest idea any lynx would have had.
I just the moment I make the switch to Ali, I just make sure that I let her know, like, let's just not disturb it because it's just doing its own thing.
Mhm. Ali pretty much entirely like forgets her watch duties and just tries to study the links.
Oh shit.
Ali, no.
And yes,
And that
and
is
that-
fine.
and thus is day 3. Throughout the night, it snowed softly throughout the entire night. So now there's a fine layer of new snow over everything.
We gotta watch out for more murder crocodiles.
Yes.
We might have to. Well then, 3d4s
3?
and 1d100. 2d4s. I don't know. I can't say numbers correctly. I know what I mean, but I just don't say it because I am bad at things. I see. I see. I see. Perception rolls from everyone.
Decent.
Mm-hmm. Everyone but Arne. Yes, everyone but Arne. Notices what looks like a small pine tree. Except it's moving.
What?
It's
Hi.
moving. It's like walking. Actually, like Erp would notice with that perception that it looks like, it looks like a pine tree, and then it has its root base. Except it's like half a meter out of the ground from its
Ow.
root base, and uses some of its root to like slowly try to crawl along, leaving
It's-
behind a frankly rather hard to miss trail that like drags the snow apart to get through there.
Like that's the tree friends we encountered where the ghost girl was.
Well, I didn't really like those tree friends, buddy. They like big hugs, and I don't like the big hugs.
To me, those things more looked like weird, like, yes, they were plants or looked like plants, but they had like a weird anatomical structure to them, made out of its trees and out of stumps and branches. This just looks like a pine tree that's walking on its roots.
I still don't like the idea of hugging a tree, guys.
Hey.
Well,
Hugging Popper is very comfortable.
And it's not a particularly
How
large
much I don't know
pine.
how to deal with.
It's not a particularly large pine, but it's still a pine tree. So,
it
3-4 meters tall.
I wave at it.
It doesn't seem to notice, or if it does, it ignores you.
well, if it approaches us in a angry
No,
way,
it kind of moves like kind of on an angle to you. It gets closer, but it doesn't approach you. If you imagine this blue path as your path, it moves like along this way. Like it does approach you, but indirectly. It just kind of walks on a path, dragging its small area of clear snow behind it. As it approaches where you notice there's a bird's nest in that pine.
Have I ever seen a tree like that?
You have seen autonomous plants that like move around and have a more active lifestyle. You have not seen it on a pine tree, but you have not seen. I mean, you have seen pines, of course, on the continent, but then again, your experience is generally in more southerly, tropical and Mediterranean areas, not this far up north.
Arne, Anvil, is this normal here?
Wait, what's going on?
Arne Anvil history check.
oh shit!
Oh boy, yeah.
Here we go. I have no idea, dude.
This might be not normal, but this, and kind of similar to the water thing you saw, might be like kind of in Nolf folkloric knowledge as, oh yeah, that's a tree spirit. The same way that water might have been a river spirit.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And generally, like, spirits are spirits. They don't really care about mortals. But they have this thing of like, oh, what is the forest? And thus is this just the forest spirit. But the forest, of course, it's wonderful. But it's also a good place to, get lost in and die.
Well,
So, But they, of course, they are kind of like stories and like kind of the fairy tales of the Nulf generally include a spirit of the land that does something weird or capricious or helps out.
well, Anvil apparently missed out on history class.
Yeah, you're just, hey, that's a moving tree. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Starlight.
Wow.
So we shouldn't try to make friends with it because it probably wouldn't care.
I mean, it's probably not gonna acknowledge us. It's just there, like everything is.
Like
Oh.
we are.
Yeah.
It's closer. It's now like maybe 30 feet away from you.
Let's just make sure we don't disturb it. I don't really feel like getting in trouble.
25 feet away from you. And it stops. Swings a bit back and forth. So, like, through the entire stand, especially at the top, there's a bit of, like, a whipping, a bit of flex in the top. And sits down.
Oh.
And starts pressing its roots into the ground below it.
Oh, it found a good place.
And
I'm
now,
glad.
if you ignore, like, the trail where it dragged through the ground, it just looks like a tree. Like a young pine.
Arne taps the tree, like acknowledging it, like thank you.
Like, you actually approach the tree?
Yes, now it's rooted. Yes.
I guess you start touching its trunk, and like,
Yeah,
there's a
like-
bit of pressure from one of its branches that you had to push through to get close to that. They're just slowly pushing you away.
Oh no! Don't deny my love.
I walk up behind Arnie and just tap him on the head. Like,
As we walk past it, I take a berry and place it right next to its trunk
Oh,
in the
Aw.
snow.
Mm-hmm.
Herb, you're precious.
You're wholesome flowers.
Oh god. Are berries seed carriers? I don't know. I don't eat berries.
Yes.
They are,
Yeah.
right?
Some of them are.
Yes.
They are, right? Yeah, I'm not dumb.
If you're dumb, we're dumb together.
Mm-hmm. And for like a small like forked rook will get out of the snow and clamp down on the berry and like press it in below the snow and into the ground.
Oh,
No.
I'm happy now. I helped the forest spirit. I got him some berries.
No.
Well, so that's that. Nice morning, noon encounter. As the day carries on, snowing still hasn't stopped, and it in fact gets heavier. The wind is picking up a bit as you reach higher, but it's still, nothing dreadful. But the weather is definitely getting, let's call it worrisome, if we were to go that way.
Oh no. I don't like that idea.
Mhm. Too bad.
Like, we're here now.
It's getting chilly now. Or at least cold. Actually cold.
I could go some chili now. That would be nice.
And we'll just face palms. That's it. Just
Mhm.
Well,
Arne just full on laughs because he loves her too.
well, let's just try to move on. Keep warm. Like if we stop now, it's only gonna get colder.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah. So just keep on moving until we find like some place of shelter, so we can like at least.
Again, like there are rocky outcrops, the edges of hills. Like it's not difficult in this broken country to find some cover,
Mhm.
to have a spot for a camp.
Yeah, we're gonna find a spot to shelter
You
from
camp-
the snow.
is
Somewhere with a
Schnee-
nice wind barrier. Can I ask a really stupid question?
Yeah.
If snow is falling and the fire's outside, will the snow not put the fire out at some point? Like with like if it's like a really heavy snowfall.
If it's a really heavy snowfall, it might be. I mean, fire, heat against snow, water. But like again, like
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to be.
campfires, like it would have to rain pretty hard for a campfire to go out in the rain, and I assume snow isn't better at it.
No, snow's worse because like the fire creates the whole airflow, and like
Yeah, okay, and snow catches like the air more, so
Mhm.
like actually gets less.
yes.
Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Close enough. I don't have a lot of experience with lighting and keeping campfires in the snow. Can't say I've ever done it.
I can't say I've ever had any experience with campfires, period.
Never had a problem with a campfire in the snow, so
Seems reasonable.
I mean, you just need to ask these questions.
Good questions.
I feel like they're legit questions though. So
Well, they are. Good questions.
I mean, I've never been camping. It's neither nor in the snow nor in good weather, so I'm like,
I have also never been camping, but I have had fires outside that I had to care for. Bit long ago now, but yeah.
what is
But-
this outside you speak of?
Yeah, I know. It's a terrible place. But if you're gonna, sadly, if you're gonna have an open fire, the outside is somewhat necessary.
yes.
I mean, I would hope so. Otherwise, questions. Right. Okay. So it's fire, probably fine. The rest of us, maybe not so much.
Mhm.
Like, I guess again, it's not yet terrible. It's just, but if it gets worse, eventually this will start to cause you potential problems.
No frostbite, please.
Not for you.
I wouldn't want to see my friends freeze.
That's so nice of you.
I'm here with a duty of care. Anyway, so I take it like there's a chance of finding like caves and stuff as well, which could potentially be good shelter.
Yes, if you want to explicitly look for one, you can.
That would be a good option actually.
Just if
So,
we're in
yeah.
a hillier region.
Investigation or survival to look for cave.
Everyone or just Copper?
The people that want to look for cave.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
I-
that
I would say you need to have at least. I guess you're doing that before you do campfire and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
mean, a campfire isn't like that much of a deal. To just-
Survival or investigation?
Yeah, survival investigation. No, because I was about to say, because basically I wanted to. to keep this kind of like as the thing where you have to have people, so you don't have unlimited actions per rest. But since you're doing that beforehand, it doesn't matter.
I just think now that Copper mentions it, it's a pretty cool idea to look for a cave.
You do find a cave. I assume you go inside of it, look around, probably ask Ali for some light.
I mean, I can also cast some dancing lights.
Oh yeah, not that cave. There's a grey bear inside.
Oh.
Retreat.
Great.
It's hibernating.
But to be fair, grey bears aren't the most, let's say, they aren't the most energetic creatures this time of year, but yeah, fuck that shit. You don't want to share a cave with a grey bear.
Yeah,
They're
no.
big.
No.
Nah, I'm good.
Not really looking for that, indeed.
So now the time would be where, kind of like, if you spend more time looking for a cave, there's the question of, okay, but then if we're gonna start, and with the food, and then with the sleeping, and when we wake up, actually, I'm gonna say you can't.
Ew.
Sorry, just in terms of like the mechanical thingies, basically letting you have like one action of things you want to do before you have to settle down after doing a day's travel.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yes. Night things. Sleep things.
Perception things.
Perception things. Well, I mean, first, if you want to have a conversation, of course, there's always on the table. But if not, roll your perceptionies. Do your things.
9. Arnie!
I had my
Jesus.
good rolls. I'm
And
out.
keep deducting your rations.
I deducted them.
I've lost perception.
I mean,
That's not bad.
I like how I have this per animal. I have the same roll.
yeah.
This symmetry is just keeping.
Copper, nothing directly around you, but yeah, definitely there's some howling going on in the area.
And it's not like buffer ones.
It's not Lakba, no.
I
Lakba
mean,
doesn't seem to be desperately happy with the snow and the cold.
I can't imagine he's from anywhere with cold climate. So I can imagine him not being happy about that. But yeah, if I hear howling, I'll perch myself near the edge of the cave just to make sure that if anything tries
You are
to
not
get in-
inside of a cave.
Oh, I thought we were going for a cave.
Yeah, but there was a bear inside of the cave you found.
I thought with a 23 Arnie would have found one without a bear.
No, that check is to find a cave. And there's a different roll on my side where I decide what's in the cave, if anything.
Okay, I will try and get myself in a particularly vigilant spot then.
Okay. And yeah, you don't really, again, you can feel temperature changes. Maybe not as... It's just, to you, it's like, hey, yeah, other people complain like, oh no, it's too hot. Oh no, it's too cold. And you're just like, yeah, really?
You're like,
Are
there's
you
temperature.
that bothered? Temperature exists, I guess, but come on, guys, it's nothing to write home about.
Suck it up, guys. It's fine. I mean, that's probably not the phrase he'd use, because I don't think he could suck it up because there's no gut.
Well then, the next day, another 100 roll.
I am so proud of Arnold right now.
You
We want to do the wow.
there those. Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of ones today.
Yeah.
Start hearing the clear sounds of, well, let's call it a disagreement between carnivores.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hissing, barking.
let's help them.
You were
Let's help the
prepared for
lynx.
air, but try not to get bitten.
Um, don't worry about it. This, let me just quickly, that's the correct layer. I'm gonna put you back on the frozen river map, not because there's a frozen river, ignore the frozen river, just because it's a really nice snow map.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yes, you will eventually see the corpse of a moose-looking thing that is currently being defended by 3 hyenas, surrounded by 5 wolves.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
They're currently definitely in the, like, circling each other, trying to impress each other phase. But the hyenas, they're not moving. They definitely in stand your ground mode.
Question.
Yes?
What state is the moose currently in?
The moose is very dead.
Okay, so this is like a leftover carcass from something else.
Yes. Well, the
How
hyenas,
much moose is left of the moose?
good bit. Like, the hyenas have definitely started eating it. But it's just still, still a good bit of the moose left. It still has, like, maybe 3.5 legs, so,
Okay.
So it's quite fresh still, or?
Well, how fresh it's dead. Hard to
I
say
mean, it's
from
in
the
the snow,
distance.
so like fresh is a bit of a.
But it's
Well-
definitely like, it's not like it's quite clear. Like, the hyenas are defending against a determined aggressor, so they are definitely not done eating it.
Okay.
They're not full, because if they're full, they'd probably avoid the combat altogether, or this threat of combat altogether. Because it's not like they're clearly superior at 3 hyenas against 5 wolves. The hyenas might be bigger and more front heavy, but they are outnumbered.
Do we want to mingle? I'm really feeling
This is
mingling.
Nature.
Mm.
I would rather not get in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
wow,
is part
look.
of nature.
Yeah, but I want to help.
Herb.
No.
Who do you want to help? The hyenas or the wolves?
He
Both.
wants to help the moose.
Moose is dead.
I know.
Moose is very dead.
Okay, I will cast Speak with Animals
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
and get
Herb's gonna be like the therapist for these 2 sets of carnivores.
like into yelling range, and I'll be like, guys, we can talk about this.
Like, kind of as you like do the speak with animals, like open your senses to that and your tongue to that, you also like hear from them that they're basically like, this is... Have you ever seen like the scenes before people start punching each other?
Yep.
Yes.
Where they're like, the posturing, the threatening each other, the insults. Yes, they're doing that.
Yes. So, hey, hear me out. No, none of you want to fight, right? I mean, it's cold. That would suck.
Oh,
I
it's
Some
just-
of the animals closer to you, like kind of half turning to you.
I'm just like waving at them and like trying to get their attention.
But there's also, like, as the hyena turns towards you, like the wolves on one of its side makes like a step forward, and the hyena then turns back to the wolf.
I point at the wolf and go, no.
The wolf turns to you, and it's a bit like, hey, what the fuck? Because, it might be an animal, but it's a pack animal. It understands at least the basis of hierarchy and command.
Yes.
Yeah, Legba's the top of command.
Yeah, I have Legba on top
Like,
of
and
my shell.
Legba is also like, I mean, again, you speak with animals fully on, so you kind of get the meaning more in more wordy things, but he's also like,
Okay, I just in case the wolves get crazy or the hyenas, I'll ready enlarge on Lekbar just in case they start coming at me.
Okay, yeah. The wolf on top of the rock is turning towards you and definitely getting in a position towards you. The hyena faces the wolf remaining on its side. But there's definitely a thing where, like, you know, like they're quiet. They're still kind of circling each other, but the noises both you and Lekbar made have definitely kind of quieted them round. There's a tension. Again, it's not that hard to see, but there's definitely like the heads flick from their opponents to you, back to their opponents. Like, you have definitely entered the arena and they are aware that you are there and that at least you are impressive.
Yes.
So what's the rest of you doing with that? Are you just kind of sitting there watching?
Yep.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah, I'm like trying to keep a little bit of distance. All I'm imagining is these hyenas going like, "What's your name? My name's Tony. Well, fuck you, Tony. What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you too, Ezekiel." That's like basically what I'm seeing here. It's like it's like gibberish.
So yeah, you definitely have, like, they're still wary of each other, but you definitely have attention.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay, so you know you don't want to fight, right? Fighting hurts. If you fight, both of you lose.
Like, there's some threatening noises coming from the hyenas, but like basically in the idea of, oh, not if we're good enough, we can take them. Look at them, they're tiny.
Yeah, they're 5-1.
There are similar noises coming from the wolves of like, oh, we can take them, we're 5.
Anna's just shaking her head.
So like I would guess like maybe either the like no matter who of you wins, both of you are gonna lose. And I've got to make sure of that, and I point at Lekbar.
Oh no.
Oh, my lord.
So why don't you just share the moose? It's enough for both of you, and you both get to feed, and you don't have to hurt yourself for it.
Here's the problem. They understand kind of the concept of sharing. They don't have the don't have the highest grasp on math.
Yes.
So they're like, sharing, but it's, you know, the hyenas are like, it's my moose, it's our moose. If you got moose, our moose. We're willing to defend the moose against any wolf aggression. And the wolves are like, well, fuck you, my territory, my moose.
Arne,
Yes.
can you come with your axe, please?
Oh, sure. He pulls out his axe, like, here I am.
Okay. I'm not gonna eat anything of the deer. I hate that stuff. Okay, just so you know, I don't eat that.
Like, kind of as there are more people, like, and definitely like threatening motions from your side, both the wolves and the hyenas like rearrange themselves to like pay less attention to them and more attention to you.
Oh,
like
no.
this wolf kind of gets onto the rock a bit. This wolves follow up to kind of take that spot. Two hyenas are now vaguely facing your direction.
I don't like where this is going, Herb.
Herb, animal handling.
Yes.
Oh please, the Lord.
Now let me roll another one.
Yeah, I mean, oh no.
You can do it, Herb.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Well, you must certainly have their attention. It is certainly.
It's certainly a thought.
Knees weaks. Arms are heavy.
There's vomit on the sweater already.
Mom's
You know,
spaghetti.
they're definitely like from you said, like, oh, I'm not interested in this. I'll just insert myself here. They're definitely, you know, motions coming from both sides of like, well, fuck you. We are very interested. It's ours. You can't have
Yes.
it. We have it.
Yeah. You can both have it, all of you. Is there like can I make out who's the leader of the wolf pack?
Um. And I was like thinking like, I think no, right?
Moose spaghetti.
Roll another anime handling. If you roll well enough, you can.
Oh
Because
no.
I'm pretty sure like wolves are not like gorillas where the pack leaders are like physically different.
No, just like from like how
From the
they.
demeanor, from like, who are they taking their cues from.
Yeah.
For the wolves, no. For the hyenas, yes. Well, the hyenas, I mark them with the bright dot. Like they're
Yes.
definitely taking their cues from that one.
Okay. I look at the wolves like, okay, who of you is like calling the shots here?
Two of them say me,
Oh.
That's gonna be fun.
and then they're kind of looking at each other and like do a short bark at each other.
Okay.
I'll look at both of them. So,
And basically, in like weird, like let's call it even more basic than traditional law, like on tribal instinct. That seems they quickly like agree. Okay, you are on the rock. You are in an elevated position. That means for the time being, you are like better than me. But you watch out. I'm coming for you.
perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do now. Listen to me. We're gonna go there, and we're gonna cut that moose in half. My friend here with the big metal shiny things, and I pointed Arnie.
Oh my god, you're going to send me into
Ah,
the pit.
hand teeth on stick.
Yes. And he's good with them.
Good with teeth too.
I make like this gesture of like with the two fingers of like tiny teeth, big eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go there and we're gonna cut this moose in half. And you, and I point at the wolves, you will get one, and you will also get one.
Yeah, there's this situation going on. But the wolf kind of like with you all like kind of being there. Like the wolves seem to like, and the wolf leader at least, like from it seemed to like recognized suddenly a 5v3 us versus them has like turned into a 5v9 us versus them. And though that might not be an entirely accurate description of the situation, there's definitely like hesitancy going on. But like, just kind of, head lowered, motion, backs off the other side, backs off the rock. The other one backs off there a bit, but does turn back to the hyenas. Well, now you have two people on your group. The hyenas are still the two hyenas are still very much like looking at you and kind of standing there, for all intents and purposes, looking like hyenas ready for a fight.
Yes. I look at them like, shoot.
And the lead hyena charges you.
Aww.
Traitor.
Any immediate reaction?
Yes, as I said, Legba gets doubled in size.
And like at half the distance, like even before the Legba is really out, it kind of stops there and just starts hissing at you. It was a mock charge.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, now Legba gets bigger. Wait, is it?
And I thought my puns were bad.
No, just look. I only later noticed that I was like big, gur, because Legbar, big gur. I only later noticed bigger just like, look, wasn't even meant to be a fun, just a fun. Yes, let's
Fun.
do some funnies. And yeah, Lekba, that's not even, yeah. Big Lekba is 4 squares in size.
Yes.
And like in this mode, like without growing, it has like, it's below eye height for Ali, but it's big. In this mode, is like, it looks down on Copper. Only
Oh,
slightly,
shit.
but Lekba is big.
Oh my god.
I'm
And
concerned.
immediately, like, Lekba starts to do the thing where it puffs up from his wings, and like mock charges the hyena, who starts backing off.
Okay, come on, Arnie. Come on.
Oh my god.
Like one of the hyenas, like pretty much drives off the wolf a bit, but pretty much, yeah, the hyenas are making room for you. They're still facing the wolves, and the lead hyena is still facing you, but with Lekba, it seems to be like it feels itself thoroughly outgunned.
Perfect.
And Lekba definitely kind of, goes forward and kind of, huh? Huh? You want to fight, huh? 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 Huh?
Who knew Legbo was such a punk?
Oh my god. Arnie actually starts to like Legba.
Like, Lekba's unsure what's going on. Like, you can talk to animals, Lekba doesn't. But it knows that its job is bossing around people, and it's
Yes.
pretty happy
Very
with that.
good at it.
Huh?
Legbo is the group bouncer.
Yes. Oh, okay. Now just
Well,
gesture Arnie to like cut the deer in half. It may take a while.
Arnie's gonna go to town and chop it in half, like bit by bit.
I can slash.
Is it gonna be like the most fair? Or just, like divided
I
at the
mean-
belly?
I mean, considering there's like 3, but they're bigger, and the rest is like with more. I'm not sure.
Yeah, just cut it roughly in half. They don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they're not great at math.
Neither's Arnie, so he's very happy to do this.
Yeah, but Arnie might have a sense of proportion, but doesn't
Yeah.
really come to.
That's true.
I
Kind of
mean,
risk-
based on how much mystery meat Arnie's eating, I'm not entirely sure.
Mystery meat. Yeah, he will just like make a quick job out of it, just to get it over with. And yeah, after a couple chops, the moose is divided
Mhm.
in two, and guts are everywhere. Yummy.
Okay, the less gutty part that is less prone to fall apart when moving,
Mm-hmm.
I would drag away a bit,
Mm-hmm.
like 10 feet or something. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a bit more than 10 feet. And then I would just gesture them like, hyenas, this one, wolves, this one, be happy. Complaints go to him, and I point at Lekba.
Talk to the manager.
But to be fair, like it's almost like it does kind of, they're still boistering at them, but they are like kind of splitting up, like disengaging from each other, collecting away. Okay.
Perfect.
That was something.
We've diffused a potential fight between hyenas and a small wolf pack.
Arnie is shooked.
Well, when the wolves pass us, I just keep my hand
I mean,
resting.
yeah, I don't know where you're trying to drag. The
No, but just
carcass.
somewhere.
Oh, you're still dragging the carcass.
No, I just, so then we have
Yeah,
deer,
like there.
and then the wolves, kind of take turns. Like some of them keep lookout at the hyenas, while the rest eat. And the hyenas are just, they themselves kind of drag it away a bit further. But yeah, they are also kind of eating, an uneasy truth. bit like a waterhole truth, which is an interesting thing that some animals do.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep Lekba huge just for a bit longer because he enjoys it so much.
Yeah, it's just like it feels like before, even with the jumping skills, like it's all these boulders. It's like not quite the right thing. But now he can like climb around and jump up the ravines a bit more. Oh, it's just pretty much enjoying itself and just scaring any small wildlife it finds on this stage. And let me roll. And murdering a snow rabbit.
Perfect.
Around.
So yeah. That, as they say, is that.
Yes. Now it's time to move along.
Can Arne wash his hands in the river?
The river isn't real.
Oh, the river wasn't there. Okay, sorry.
No, not there's no frozen river right here. It's
Oh,
just...
okay, I wasn't sure. Okay.
Well, but you can wash your hands in the snow.
Hmm.
Could do
Or
that.
use your water skin. Assuming it's not frozen solid.
I have a flask filled with water that you can use. It's not clean water, so.
To be fair, given your current circumstances, your flasks are probably filled with snow melt.
Yeah.
Just got a pot, you put snow in it, it melts, you're good. I wonder if snow tea tastes different to like normal tea.
Time to find out.
Don't pick up the yellow snow though, then it definitely will.
Well,
taste
Arne, have you tried to eat yellow snow before?
he has.
I
I take it wasn't
I-
lemon flavored.
No.
It's an image of
And we'll
Arnie
just-
walking up like, hey, snow cone.
And was just giggling.
So yes, that's. Oh, now we're going into the camp phase. Camp phase.
I'm gonna subtract the
So.
gnomes.
You want to subtract the nom-noms? You want to try to find another cave?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's true.
Secret tunnel.
Is everyone going to roll for a cave, or is just one of us going to do that?
Now it depends. Like, do you have something else to do?
I mean,
I guess
make
since-
campfire and
since you're
stuff.
not- yes. Well, yeah, but since you can't, since you're not carrying around firewood, like I would say that probably two of you, Ali perhaps included, so one of you minus Ali, should probably try to go for halfway suitable firewood.
Mm-hmm.
That would leave.
I don't really feel like sending the two small elves out to find wood is a good idea.
I will
Ali is slightly
accompany, but
offended
I
by
cannot
that.
help in the wood gathering front because I don't know shit.
Well, we're just
I don't
making.
mind gathering wood. I have it.
We'll just I'll look for a cave instead.
Wood.
Wood. I'll look for a nice cave or just,
Okay, roll your perception or survival or investigation. Does anyone else look for cave?
Yes.
Oh. So much ones today. Holy shit.
Damn,
I think
yeah.
that means no cave for you.
No.
That is okay.
We just camp like right next to the opening of a cave, but it's hidden behind a bush. We just both didn't see it. It's great. Sorry. Well, setting up camp, making a tent, make sure there's fire.
All the good stuff.
So, I mean, there was some good handling out there with those wolves and hyenas.
That's like the most conversation I've ever seen Herb have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually animals are quicker to listen.
I'll have to take your word on that. I've never spoke to him. Well, look at us. What?
I'm seeing your gif in off topic. Snow
Like,
cone.
didn't you say to try yellow snow? Like, oh, so we did this. Hmm.
I'm just
I
gonna...
don't know. Like, it just seems like a very Arnie thing to do.
I mean,
It
yeah,
is, yeah.
like,
Animal wasn't lying.
I
I'm
know I
just-
trusted you, wasn't I? That's why I'm saying, like, seems on brand.
Past and present Arnie. No,
Oh no.
just kidding. He's learned from his mistakes.
Has he
No,
though?
I think that was a learn from his mistakes going to make someone else suffer for them. Like, I know better, but do you? No. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, Arnie, why did you eat the yellow snow?
I don't know if someone tricked me.
I remember your face.
Yeah, because you're probably one who fed it to me.
I wasn't.
You were involved.
Well, I'm sorry that my stepbrother likes to joke around.
Oh my god.
It wasn't that bad. It was.
You say that you didn't taste it.
Well,
You weren't the one who ate it.
I mean, you could have known it wasn't the place where the goats were.
Yes, but you both took advantage of my curiosity.
Like we always do.
Oh, that's a thought. Have you ever tried putting goat milk over the snow and using that like a snook?
That's an idea.
That sounds really good.
No, we are so close to the invention of ice cream. We have to
Maybe
stop them.
Adding some too.
Oh, that is ice cream, yeah. I didn't even realize.
You know, like from there, just a few short leaps and you arrive at ice cream.
Yep, Yep. I'm just like, that'd be tasty. Oh, my brain.
Oh well.
That's
When
one
we're
to
back-
give the infamous college journey when we get back. Since I assume there's no goats nearby.
Well, I guess that means
When we're back,
the
we can
nightly
work.
encounter rolls.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
How many ones will we get tonight?
Let's add one more.
Come on, guys, roll. I can't do this forever. Thank you.
Well, I like the elevator music actually.
I was enjoying the music. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it seems to be a quiet if windy night.
Oh, that's refreshing.
Yeah. Well, if it's windy and cold, Enwell's definitely gonna cuddle up again.
And you would have now probably reached what Arne would know. I don't know. Arne's probably not crossed the high places. It's not something people generally do because, you know,
No, he had no purpose
Things.
going here before, so
yeah, you have no really, like, up the high north. But still, we're probably like halfway, maybe 2-3 more days, and then you're out of the high places and into, well, the high north, which is not actually very high, but it's, you know, very northern.
Can't relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, and while this is, you know, it's stony and hilly, and Not that many trees, not that many animals, and those that do have a hard time during the winter. The high north is, just let's minus all of that. It is mostly just made out of snow and frost. But yes,
Sorry.
the next day, now the 6th day of your journey.
We have gone 35 days without animal rolling death rolls.
Yay!
The
Ah, so
daily,
No, fine.
the daily roll of daily rolls.
2d4 and a 1d100, right?
24 and 100.
I want to do the 100. Whoa.
Okay.
19. Can't even hit a nat 20 on a fucking D100.
Hey, 19's nothing to sniff at, though.
And the 4 rolls.
I'm on it.
Sorry for swearing, by the way. Just
Why are you sorry for swearing?
That I am
there is a 1.
Yes, rolls. More ones.
so yin and yang.
Mm-hmm. So, travel on. The wind picking up a bit, and you spot a small group, a small herd of reindeer migrating out.
Dinner.
I want to pet one.
I want to shoot one.
I mean, you can pet it, and then you can like make the flesh more supple, and then we can shoot it.
Massage the deer.
Yes.
Should I go for it, Arne?
I don't know.
Can I try and sneak up a little bit closer so I can like get a good shot at it? At least at 1.
You can.
Ooh.
Stealth roll.
Stealth roll? Oh, please, Lord. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Crunch, crunch from the snow.
Like, again, they're still walking. Like, they're definitely, like, reindeers haven't learned that ranged attacks are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're aware of you, but you're far away and you're not particularly big, especially compared to reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
So, they just keep on their path.
Yeah, I just want to go for a clean shot.
Mhm.
With my light crossbow.
Okay. Roll to attack.
Oh!
Yeah.
That.
Damn, girl.
Let's
Yeah.
go!
Okay, like you shoot, like you kind of sight on. So you shoot them in their meaty thigh. And like the herd just, breaks into running as that happened. Yours is a bit slow, and like after a few steps it just kind of plucks to the side, and it's losing. It's gonna die quickly, just you've dealt quite well. But also as that happened, like they run a few feet, and then as if with an explosion of snow, one of them just falters and disappears almost. And as the snow settles, it's a Vera. It's one of the snow crocodiles that has got them.
Oh no! Oh no! Poor thing.
So yeah, now they are 2 dead reindeer, one from a shot from you, and one. Well, the other one is not dead yet, but it's gonna be dead very, very
Ah,
quickly.
poor thing. I wanted to give it like a clean shot so it wouldn't get hurt.
No, you on your
I know,
target.
I know.
Did that.
Yeah.
But the second one that's dead.
It's sad for the other one. Damn. Well, let's just wait to like get a little bit closer.
I mean, it's occupied with its food, so I think
Mhm.
we can just.
Yeah, I try to be careful going towards the rainbow
Do
that
you
I
want
shut
to
down.
shtick? You want to shtick?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
the Vero, as Arne said, pretty much like the Vero is very busy eating.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll just carefully approach the target that I.
Here, have the broomstick.
Thank you. I'll just stab around the snow.
Arne, animal handling.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you're the one that I was the one that was
You can also roll animal handling, sure. Yeah, Unwell,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Vera are not really group animals.
Okay.
They're not territorial, like if two of them are lying like 5 feet apart from one another, they don't start attacking each other mostly, but they are not, like, they don't have a group structure or anything, so they are
Hmm.
often solitary.
Okay. Seems fair.
So, what you want to do with this bad boy?
Well, you know, let's just make sure we have some food to I think that's most important since it's a long travel.
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
I'm taking the antlers. I have something in mind.
Sure.
Roll me a d2.
Hold on. D. Wait, how do I do that again?
Just /R and then 1d2. So /R space 1d2.
You can actually just put D2 and it'll still roll.
Oh yeah.
If it's just for one, I mean.
D2 is basically a coin.
Yeah.
Yep, that d2 is a coin, and if you want to say it, a d1 is a Mobius loop.
Yeah.
I mean, or just a marble.
And that's also, yes, circles also work. Well, not circles, spheres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have a set of antlers.
He's gonna chop them into smaller pieces so he can like put them away more easily.
Okay.
Not where I
And
saw
he
that
will
going.
he will keep this for later because he has something in mind. A little personal project.
Okay.
You have
Intriguing.
Interesting. Looking forward to that.
antler.
I'm
I-
curious to see if it's where I think this is going.
I just want to salvage as much meat as I can so that we can like have a good meal.
Mm-hmm. Roll survival.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you are fairly certain that. Yeah, for this day there will be no supply consumption.
Yay!
Nice.
There we go.
Good.
See?
Nice ear stew. It sounds
Sacrificing for the greater good.
the greater good.
The greater good.
I need to watch that. Damn it. Well, I know what I'm doing after game.
Same.
Good film.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, we should do a film night so we can introduce Mikuro to Hafaz.
What the fuck
Uh-huh.
are you talking about? What is it? Give me your name.
Hafaz. I literally.
Oh.
I told you.
I don't. Yeah, no, I didn't understand it. I didn't really. Oh,
No, that's-
fast. Yeah, I have heard. I have heard of it. I have never seen it. I'm not a movie person.
I think you'd enjoy it. I
It
think
has
if
a
you were
good-
very.
It has a
much your-
good reputation. That's all I can say.
Thank you
Well,
for-
Well then, yes, you're yet again. But the snow and the wind are definitely picking up. It gets
Mhm.
uncomfortable and colder.
How is everyone holding up?
so far so good. Just making sure that my cloak is nice and tight around me.
Wait, you had 2 of the warm spheres, right?
Mhm.
One of them is on Herb. Who is the
Mhm.
other one?
I think Ali.
had it.
Yeah.
Ali, okay.
I think.
And we'll just have to walk
Yeah.
next to Arne.
Yeah. It's just sometimes I just
So rude.
basically I mean being very
Yeah,
bold
well-
about it in a way, just like, you know, walking up like next to him and just basically the moment she gets the chance, toss his arm around her. Like playfully.
My arm! Why are you tossing it away?
Well, it's not Copper's arm.
Yeah, better not. He also needs his arms.
Would you stop trying to chop bits of my body off? I swear to God.
Okay.
You're worse than Annie.
She's taking over my bad habits. I'm sorry.
If she starts grabbing my ass too, then I'm seriously gonna intervene.
No, your ass is only mine to watch.
To watch?
Oh god.
Okay, so only you can look, but anyone can touch.
It's called blind date, okay?
Oh my god.
Love is blind. There, that's why Arnie walks into so much.
Oh my god. Help.
Let's move on.
Okay. You looking for cave again?
Cave.
Yush.
Cave.
Who's gonna look for cave today?
I'm
gonna
gonna look for cave.
Yes, with Copper.
Yes, I'm also gonna look
Cave.
for Dave.
Cave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you find yourself not necessarily a cave, but like a little sheltered kind of roofed cubby where you can set up a nice wind protected position into the
We
rock.
could just use we could use 2 tents to just like make like a fabric.
Yeah, you
like,
could pretty much, yeah, kind of untangle the tents and kind of make a thing out of it if you so desire to. But yeah, it's a pretty good covered, slightly roofed position.
Perfect.
So we have fire, we have shelter.
Yep.
Mm.
If we've kind of enclosed ourselves, how is Night Watch gonna go?
I mean, due to that, you could argue that you have a more, like an easier watchable position, where you could down to only one watcher.
I mean, a full night of rest sounds not very nice.
It does. The cold does tend to get into the bones. Not for Ellie or Herb, because they have the things, but for you two.
My bones feel like maracas. You Anvil,
Huh?
you wanna sleep?
Sleep?
Yeah. And he holds out his arms like.
Oh. Oh my god, sorry, my heart just melted. I mean, she just nods, mostly like very shyly, and like crawls under his arm. And like snuggles close.
I can imagine Allie losing her shit right now.
Arlie
like-
at this point just squeezes her like a
Aw.
plushie to his chest, and he like gets comfy and closes his eyes.
Aww. And she like presses her forehead like against his chin a little bit, like softly, I guess, and just closes the eyes as well.
You the snoring.
Yes. It's adorable. Yeah.
Watching my cat from across the room, and he's like watching my other cat, and I see that he's trying to be a douchebag. So
Rude.
yeah,
Rude indeed.
I know it's cats.
yeah,
Mhm.
That's fine.
small douchebags.
Well,
We'll just stay in this position all night, I guess.
perception roll. Copper. 3 perception roll, Copper. Because, Mhm.
Started off really well.
what you can see actually like start appearing like kind of in like at the like almost like through the hills like towards the northern horizon, like kind of as a glow at the horizon. Not visible during the day, but now with the lack of ambient light during the night, you can see what seems to be like sheets of glow in the sky. You can see northern lights.
Pretty.
So nice.
Well, that explains why my perception got worse, because I'm just staring at the sky.
Progressively distracted.
Yes.
Mhm. Well,
Definitely canonical.
Not
next
waking us
day-
up to show us? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Arnold doesn't care. He's just gonna turn around and sleep the warm.
You're gonna turn
Yeah, it's
around,
just-
poor animal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be woken up just to see
No.
northern lights. They're still there next
Uncomfortable.
night, probably.
I'm
Mhm.
comfortable. I'm warm. I have a bed.
Anyway,
I mean, I would maybe give Herb a nudge. Maybe Ali. But I wouldn't wake Arnwell up, because they've probably seen it before, because they lived here.
That's true. And we're very comfy at the moment, so just I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know better than to get in between Anmo and just having a moment. Of crying. I had the dirty looks, I don't want them again. And I'd be like, Herb, come see the magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like point at this guy with all like the pretty colors.
No. Some nice lights.
pretty colors.
I am amazed. That looks super pretty.
I take it where you come from, this doesn't happen either.
No. No. I'm just like standing there in awe, looking.
I wonder if you could catch it and put it in a bottle. Take it with you.
That sounds like magic.
Can you imagine just like a little bottle of night sky with like a mini northern lights in it? That'd be cute. Don't know how you do it, but yeah. And we can just assume Ali like part in this because obviously
Ali
Fox
is
not
excited. We can
thinking-
assume excited noises.
We can also assume that it will not be loud enough to rouse either of the two sleeping beings.
Not even as it does. Like fuck you. We're comfortable and we're warm, and outside there it's cold and uncomfortable. Fuck you.
Probably. Right. Hopefully nothing else appears while I'm
Nope.
distracted.
Other than that, it's time for the next day. Day 7.
Yeah.
Which you kind of, it's the high places. We can roll downwards a bit. So you stop climbing and start descending. The 100 and 2 4s, please.
Who will do the honor?
Nope.
Another one. I mean, a D4, that's so.
And
Wow. little bigger roll.
Constitution rolls from Arne and Unwell.
Oh.
Ew.
Mhm.
Please. Where is it?
Wow.
Oh.
Holy shit.
All make it through very well. But it's it was pretty bloody cold.
Get like food poisoning or something?
No,
We're the
that
only
was
ones
just,
not
you know,
down.
That can freeze.
you don't have. Yeah, you. They are the only ones who have to deal with the cold. I guess no. I guess Lekbar has to deal with the cold that way.
Not true.
But you come across a cliffy impasse.
Oh no.
Up until now you could walk, but just okay. He's also fine. But until now he could just walk. But now you were at a small frozen riverbed that probably, when the spring comes, will turn into a great raging river. And that great raging river that it becomes every spring has cut a wide gorge into the landscape.
This looks insane.
This is a very nice map, dude.
It
Yeah.
is.
Really?
It's really cool.
I love it.
Love it.
Yeah, you have to cross the riverbed.
Hmm.
It's like, that's like, it goes down like 10, 15 feet.
Hmm. Shit, how are we gonna do this?
Is there a really, 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 really big tree? Like not
It-
necessarily like chunky, but like tall.
It goes down 10 feet.
Yeah, it goes down 15, maybe a bit more. Across, it's very large, as you can see.
That's why I'm like, if we get a big enough tree, we can make a bridge.
That would be a very large tree.
That was why I added the so many berries. I guess in the north there might not be a lot of like deforestation. There could be a big tree.
Yes. Yeah, the problem is less finding such a large tree. There, you would probably find some. That would take substantial amount of time. Again, like cutting it down, because that's not a job for. Yes, I'm just gonna cut down a tree with my axe. It's gonna be a fairly thick tree at the base. That's gonna take quite a lot of manual labor to bring down.
Okay, no. We just enlarge Arne, and then we give him a speed boost.
Yes.
Yeah. There's 3 axes and 1 tree. I like her odds.
I want to be big.
Hmm.
And
But
then,
you're
of course,
actually
if you want to use it, then it's probably have to clear it of its branches at least a little bit.
Okay. Like, what's the best way of getting around this, guys? Because not my forte.
Hmm.
Does anyone have rope?
I think I have rope.
I don't think I have.
I have 100 feet of rope.
Maybe we could secure it on something and then just slowly, like,
Descend down.
yeah.
How do
But
we
we
get
would
up?
have to climb up. Yeah, we would have to climb up again too. Or the person who is
I
down?
have a hammer and like I'm gonna say metal spike because I forget the word. Like I could climb and like make it or take the rope with me, and then you could climb up that because then it would be secured onto the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm.
We'll need someone to climb up at the other side if we go down. No, so there's still there's still a river to cross.
I mean, that river is thoroughly frozen solid.
Okay. Okay.
Like that's not
I mean,
flowing.
I like
and
my
it's-
climbing odds. I have a decent strength modifier.
I mean, we could try. Like we at least
For
need to go down
climbing,
first.
we could also give the rope to Legba, who can like just jump
Oh.
pretty
Yeah,
Yeah,
well.
how would he tie
is-
it off? That's
Yeah.
that's the question.
Legba can't jump the full distance, but yeah, Legba is pretty good at jumping up. Like a bit of goat walking and a bit of jumping.
Yeah, but he can't tie a knot.
That's true. He
That's why
can't.
I'm like I'll
He
climb
cannot
like
not.
this, like
Can
He
he
does
not?
not have thumbs.
He cannot not.
He cannot not.
I also
Sorry.
don't know if he's fair enough to try.
Well,
Mm,
I think. How good is Copper's climbing? Does he offer?
I have +7 in athletic, or in athletics,
Okay.
and I think climbing is athletics.
Yes,
Yeah.
climbing is athletics.
So if we all climb down and then we have Copper climb up and tie off the rope
Yeah,
on the
I
other
could
side.
stand and like hold the rope and let you climb down, and then we could all cross, and I could climb up and like tie it off against the tree.
Fair enough. I think we should go one by one. But how is Herb gonna do this?
We
Trust
can
me,
maybe
I got
pull him
this.
up like a pony.
Okay.
I got this.
Maybe if Herb is the last one, we could tie it around him and we could pull him up.
Yeah, we could just pull him up,
Yeah. Let's
make a
well, we
little
could
like
try.
harness.
Who's
We
gonna go
just
down
said we
first?
got this.
Ah.
Who's gonna go down first, though?
I don't mind go.
Okay. So plan is Copper holding on to us. Well, we need to create like some kind of anchor point, though.
There's a tree stem here,
Yeah.
and
Mm,
I just checked the official rules on falling damage,
Oh,
and I feel
shoot.
like they vastly underestimate how deadly falling can be.
I think it has to be over 10 feet to cause damage anyway.
First of all, that, and I'm like, people can literally just fall over and on flat ground and die because they hit their head.
True.
but they're not protagonists.
It's true. You have that protagonist powers.
Shit.
So yeah, are you sending someone?
Okay. We can just also like tie a rope somewhere here, like to this big trunk,
Mm-hmm.
and use that to climb down. So whoever is climbing down first has a safety rope.
That's what we meant.
I mean, we can just hold them.
Mm-hmm. Should we like try to lower Herb, like as a group first?
Literally just said he got this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's...
Okay. I trust you. Who's gonna go first then?
I don't mind going first.
I think I'm going last. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay. I'm slightly worried, but we got this, right?
Don't be worried.
Is this like rock or is it earth?
I think this is rock.
Yeah, let's go with what's represented. And have,
Okay.
Like rock shingling.
So no more earthing a slide.
No. Also, no. It's probably not. No. Those are very specific types of rock. Don't. No. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know any geology really. So don't listen to me. But yeah, it's rock, not just earth. Well, there's of course like where you're standing, there will be earth below the snow. But the actual like walls of the ravine will have been pretty much washed clean by the river every spring. So, is someone going down?
Yes, me.
Have you fixed a rope somewhere?
No, who has
I'm
the
holding
rope?
it.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a fixed rope. It's just fixed to
Yeah.
copper.
Mhm.
Okay. Would you
Mm.
please roll me athletics with advantage?
You got this, Arne.
Mhm.
Nice to do.
I do.
You make your way down.
Boop. He does even a little skip against the stones to push himself down.
It's it's not an easy climb. It's definitely, the frozen moisture on the rocks and the sheer rocks. Very smoothly polished rocks by the river.
Hmm.
But yeah, Arne is down.
As he looks up and yells, "The rocks are slippery!" Okay, and he waits for the first person, for the next
Yeah.
person.
I'm gonna climb down. Also athletics then?
Yes.
Just straight roll?
Athletic. No, also with advantage. You also have a
Okay.
rope.
Okay. Oh, please, please. Okay. I'm glad that was with advantage. Oh,
Mm-hmm. You also make it down.
there we
There you
go.
go.
Okay, thank you. How did I, How did you, Oh shit. Oh no, I'm doing stuff that's not good.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to rotate my icon. Oh, this is scroll wheel, okay.
Yeah, E and scroll wheel.
E and scroll wheel.
E.
Wait, E.
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 So, how do you proceed?
Well, I don't know who's following next. I think either Ali or Erp is gonna come down now.
No, I'll be the last, I think.
Well, before Copper. Copper's
Mm,
gonna be the last, right?
Unless he wants to climb down without a rope.
In the meantime,
Ooh. Acrobatics?
No advantage?
well, do you have a? No, that's not you. That's that's the animal. That's Lekva.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
It starts like,
I thought
skip,
it was Ali
jump
for a minute.
down,
I'm like, hold on.
jump somewhere, falls, slides a bit, and he's a bird. He does not have that much weight pulling him down in terms of momentum. But still, he takes some damage. The bird takes 6 damage.
oh no.
Owie.
I think that's the first time I've seen Legba damaged.
Outrageous.
Shocking.
Hmm. Yeah, let's put Ali next.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
honey.
my god.
And Ali pretty much starts
Please tell me Arnie can try and catch.
slipping, panics a bit, slips up.
Oh no.
Does a good acrobatics. And
That one time the player isn't there.
No, it's not like Ali takes slides down. Between the scrapes, the bruises, and everything, Ali takes 10 damage.
Oh shit, my cats are fighting. Hold on.
10 damage. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
She just wanted to feel Legba's pain.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Herb, please don't do that.
What?
When you climb down, please don't do what Ali does.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm, but I think we should make it a bit easier for you as well. Mm. So I take some mud under the snow. Try to
I was gonna say that maybe stand behind the stump and use it as an anchor.
No, I want to make a tiny earth pillar, like a mud ball.
Yes.
And then I want to put it on the mud and use mold earth to turn it into stone for a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, harden it up.
Yes, and then we can tie the rope around it, so Copper can use it to climb down as well. And then we can just drop the spell and just pull the rest of the rope down.
Makes good sense.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And before I start climbing,
I'm back.
I would
Hi,
reduce myself to now be a small herb, weighing roughly 25 kilos, and just climb down with not that much of weight.
Smart.
Smart. Herb is such a small bean. A smart bean.
Small bean too now.
No, exactly.
Just sliding down the rope now.
Like a tiny firefighter.
Completely unnecessarily. Now they're a small herb token.
Yay!
Oh, that's adorable.
So cute.
Whee!
Is Herb now smaller than Ali?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
great. You're just a small little turtle. Yes. Sorry.
Herb is now like 3 feet tall.
Aw. I love that idea. Small
That's
turtle.
adorable.
Better than a mine turtle.
Mine turtle.
Oh
Reference
gosh, I have no
probably-
idea.
Not very good.
Actually, I mean, given the reduce and everything, I would give you not just advantage, but a total of 3 rolls on athletics.
Oh.
That is really good because I pretty much suck at athletics.
Yeah, I didn't think you were that good. And one more.
Oh.
You pass. You make it down in your reduced form. No problems.
Yay!
Impressive.
I'm so happy.
My turn.
Hmm.
You got this, Copper?
And like this, you have the rope still, so athletics with advantage.
Advantage. Fucking graceful.
Oh,
as
wow,
Okay,
shit.
that's
yeah,
so
you just-
great.
I have an angel.
Oh no, what are your problems for?
Holy shit.
Do
Oh,
you also want to do an acrobatics just for fun?
Take it as a flat acrobatics.
I was
Uh,
joking, but
I mean, I'm not gonna like. I think a crit is pretty like suave.
yeah,
enough.
you are. You are.
The name's Bond. Free Bond. Why didn't I save that roll for when I'm climbing up without the rope? I don't know.
Sometimes that just
at
happens.
you. Yeah,
I mean,
the little baby.
Does anyone want to inform Cap about the fact that Herb is now for just a moment smaller than Ali, and she isn't there to see it?
Well, she is in chat, so or in the with the.
Well, like fish with a skeleton of ice. You can see it's probably another set of spirits making their way upriver.
Upriver.
Yes, this river would flow into the ice. It's the other way around because you have you have passed the highest peaks of the high places.
I would try to get my bearing, from like which direction they're going.
They're coming from the north.
Maybe let's let them pass before we go anywhere.
So, you know, there's the thing. They're not again. They're not hard to see.
Whoa.
I don't see them. Am I blind? Oh, right there. Jesus. All the way up there.
oh, that's more.
Yeah, that's for they're small. Like they're not nearly as big as the other spirits you have seen.
I mean, the tree was big.
The tree was very big. It's true. So, what are you? Are you doing anything? Are you like pressing yourself to the rock? Are you trying to cross over? Like, what is?
I'm just.
Maybe
Peanut
behind the rock till they pass. Like we seen how the animals around here reacted. Maybe we don't want to be in front of those.
Sure. Let's just hide behind the rock.
Okay. I would like to have a stealth roll from everyone.
Yay! Yay.
Group stealth rolls, everyone.
No.
It's
Oh,
the
wait,
end of
sorry.
Rika.
Sorry.
2 crits in a row!
Woo!
That's so
Woo!
nice. I don't know. Sorry, I did advantage. I shouldn't have done that.
The first one. If you do advantage and you shouldn't, we count the first one.
Okay.
Our
Proud of me.
stealth is so good.
Copper is just like, whoa.
I
I mean,
am
you kind of
stealth, I
fit in with all of
assure
these
you.
barren trees anyway, so I get it.
Yeah, Herb and Legbar are not the highest people.
As they kind of, you know, pass.
Oh, the
Lekbar
rotation's
decides,
a bit trippy.
Lekbar decides to take offense to their existence.
Of course he does.
Andradir basically like, tries to intimidate them. Like, you know, Babok charging. Like, you know, hey, there's some weird floating animals, and they're not respecting me. They walk around like they own the place.
Oh no.
I mean, they kind of do.
Yeah, but
Legbar doesn't care. Makes sense.
I think that's particular. It's just... And if you could all please roll initiative
No!
and select your token, please, so it
Oh, yeah,
immediately
right.
goes into the order. Order.
Oh no, initiative.
Like,
I
but
hate
why are you
that.
such a piece of shit?
Anyways,
Well, isn't that
You're-
bad? I've had worse.
Lol. I was stealthing so hard, like,
why
they'll
does
never
Ali
see
have
me.
two? Why does Ali have two rolls? Oh, because I clicked it 2 times. That's why.
Sometimes that just happens. Oh god, combat guys. This is gonna be the end of my streak.
Eh.
No, it's not.
Oh, I hope not.
It might be the end of Legba, but it won't be the end of the streak.
Oh, please.
I'm just okay. There's also 2 Earths in here for some reason. Oh no, it's probably because I didn't actually. Oh god. Okay, guys, could you all roll initiative again? Because the turn order was just terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I can try to arrange it into the other thing if that's definitely necessary.
Look at this turn order.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Can we go back to the original, please?
No, no, no.
Oh my god!
I think
I say
Herb on
nay.
turn 1 is very, very appropriate for the
Oh.
climate.
Oh god, Copper. I mean, you were hiding so well, you just didn't see him coming. You were like, if I close my eyes and they can't see, I can't see them, and they can't see me.
They can't see me. I am invisible.
I am tree.
I am Groot.
Oh god.
Actually, you know what? You know what? No, we're doing that.
No shit. Oh no.
no, they rolled an initiative too.
Oh.
So yeah, things happen. They are offended by Lekbar,
Oh,
And
stupid
are
chicken.
turning aggressive.
Oh no!
Anvil, it is your turn.
I know. Shit, what do I do?
Oh my god.
Just don't use any ice spells, I would say.
Well, sometimes I just can't control what I fire. Just fire something.
Fire sounds good, yes.
Well, I need to step a little bit in front of Arne, or at least, or like have him like step aside a little bit.
I think when you're in combat, you can be in someone's space. You just can't end in someone's space.
Yeah,
Right.
if like a willing creature can let you pass.
Then he can.
So then you can step to Arne and then step back, basically.
Exactly. I was just making sure that I can at least reach my arm past Arne, but still stand behind him. Like, my arm, like, reaching over his shoulder. Because I don't want to be, like, the first one to be taking a hit. And I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt into the first one that I can see and hit, and I think that's that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for that. How does that work again? Like this, right?
Okay.
Just at level 1. Boop. And I need to roll a 1d8 to tell give you an idea of what it's thunder damage.
Okay. Like your strange multicolored energy, you coalesce and beam it out. And wait, why doesn't? Where's the where's the?
Did I roll the same number on both d8s? No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. I'm just wondering, like, there's the. Right.
Now I'm confused.
Yeah, what? No, what? It's just got. Your chaos bolt on your spell list is not very helpful
No, isn't it?
because it's like I have to.
It looks like it's a spell DC. It's set as a spell DC, but it should be an attack. It is an attack. Spell attack, non-damage.
Yes, it's a ranged spell attack. Oh, I
Yeah.
need to... okay. Sure. Time for tinkering. Don't do anything on your character
Nope,
sheet, but watching.
I'm just watching. That's all.
Okay, output attack. Spell card, attack. Ranged. Blah, blah, blah. Damage type.
Are you okay, Herb?
I accidentally clicked on something.
I can tell. Are you being hacked, dude? What is that coding?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that works.
well.
Yeah, but now you again.
Okay.
That does. I'm perfectly fair to say that that doesn't count because I did it.
Okay.
Click
Chaos Bolt. Yeah,
the
they're right there.
attack
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. I think that.
Almost maximum damage. That is.
Also, wait, I can.
Should I do another 1d8 to like determine?
No,
the-
we'll
okay.
go with thunder. But in
Nice.
the future, I think I can improve this
Oh, okay.
by adding
Oh, 1d8.
a pretend damage value to it.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you. These are good rolls. Holy shit.
So, and now to see if it works the way I want it to. See, now you have a type choice roll directly included in the macro.
That's amazing. Thanks.
Yeah.
No
Let's go.
problem. But yes, you have the energy, the multicolored energy coalescing in you as you fling it at any of them particular.
Yeah, this one.
And as you heard, it has an ungodly loud boom that knocks quite a lot of snow loose, hanging from the trees and from the side of the ravine. But also starts to like shatter a bit the structure of this creature, as it seems to be made out of like a coalescing skeleton of ice. And yes, some of them do seem to shatter on impact. Anything else to do with your turn?
I'll just wait. No,
That's
just
a
stay
bonus
behind.
action.
I
Okay.
mean, I think I do, but I'll wait for it a bit.
Ollie, still being bruised and in a bit of a mood because of it, because she thought she was doing very well until now, is going to... Yeah, I mean, she's going to do the usual and light arrow the thing you're attacking.
Good support arrows. I love them.
And that's a hit, 8 and 8. And this one is reduced to shards of ice.
Woo!
That as soon as they hit the ground, kind of just blend into the, like, it looks as if it was never there. It was just part of the landscape, the ice.
I just reach out to high five Ali. Good job.
Nice.
Alright. Arnie!
I'm gonna move forward a tiny bit, like next to Legba, maybe. And
Yes, you're allowed to move. It
Yes.
is your privilege.
I don't want to get too close to those things because I don't know what they do. So I'll just fire an arrow at them. At one of them.
Okay.
That is.
You can do so. That's a miss.
Boo!
Boo-hoo.
Right. At least you can use a bow. Like, I think because my shield means I can't.
It would be a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think I want to do anything else yet.
Okay. Now it's
Speed type.
them theirs turn. I can just.
Mm.
As they slither through the air, approaching you.
Oh, hey, you know. I have some choice words for Legba after this.
Yeah. I think the. No, wait, that's actually. Okay, 15.
I don't really
Okay.
like that arrow pointing at me, dude.
No, it's directional. I don't think you're. Let's say because of the corner, Unwill with advantage, but Dex saving throws from Unwill with advantage, and from Legba, and from Arne.
Dex saving throw.
Dex and then
Mhm.
no advantage? What
Only advantage for Arne,
Okay.
not for Unwill.
Oh, please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, no, Arne!
Oh my god, what is it today? Holy shit! Holy fucking shit, man.
Holy fucking shit. It's a
And-
dinosaur. It's a
Unwill
field.
takes 4 cold damage.
Ah.
Legba and Arne takes 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
And you know what's really interesting? We're gonna do it again, but this time, Unwill. No, Unwill's still in range.
But it's
Mm.
still
Again,
has
Dex
advantage
save?
'cause the corner.
Still has advantage because of the corner, because you're basically
Okay.
you are in cover from that direction with the rock.
Okay. Oh, shit. Oh!
Okay.
What is going on today, dude?
No damage to Unwill.
Oh,
Oof.
This is,
That's still better than a 1.
guys.
My lord. Lordy, lordy, lord.
I'm glad my plan was what my plan
And-
was because it's going to help you so much.
and 8 cold damage to Arne and Legba. As they both just start pretty much
Oh god, and
it was
Legba.
crystallizing from the air and from the ground and just blast cold air and snow and shards of ice.
Oh no, Legba is now in anvil amounts of hit points.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Animal saved well on the
Yes.
advantage. The other one is still not close enough to do anything aggressive, so it will decide to take the dash action and thus just get. I mean, they float, so it will just get up here, but cannot do anything else with its turn. Copper.
Oh, shit. Okay. That one I can't address right now. Because. Leg was about to die. I'm gonna come around here. And I'm gonna take a swing at this guy. That is
Yes, you
25.
can.
I checked.
No, it's just because there's a rock in the way.
Yeah, no, I was accounting for walking around.
Oh, you with here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, yeah.
You can. Yes. Okay. So you smack the fucker, and you can. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look good. They're not very hardy creatures against direct attacks.
I would hope not. Being made of ice. Both hits?
Oh! I did not actually check. No, only the 11. Only the 12. Oh, I gave it away. The AC for them is 11. 7 damage.
I did assume you misread the number. I wouldn't have. Okay, I try and make myself as big a shield as I can for the other, like the two behind me, and hopefully Anne will at the same time if I can. In the meantime, and hopefully Ali can deal with this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have with your gigantic shield, as long as the directionality crosses through your icon, everything behind you, not anything decently close behind you, counts as in cover. So yeah,
Arnie,
like
you're Rudy.
if that one were to blast, well, Arne would still take it full in the face, but the rest of them would count as in cover. From the other side, you are covering Arne, but not Lekba.
Well,
But yes.
on their turns, they can stand behind me.
They can hunker. Yeah, that's your turn.
Well, it's pretty much everything I can do. Yeah.
Okay. Up.
Tiny
You're
herb.
still small.
Yes. First of all, I'll drop concentration on that. Whoa, no. Wait,
You
no.
haven't been hit yet.
No, wait, I don't even have to. No, it's fine. I'll just stay tiny. It's cute.
It's harder to hit.
Okay, first, Lekbar
Mhm.
is angrily gonna move to this fucker.
Oh,
I'm just gonna die.
There's no cover.
There's no what?
No, there's the thing. Like Lekva doesn't understand the concept of cover or respect it.
No, of course not.
No, I'm just like, I tried my best to keep him alive, but you're really going against that.
Of course. So he's
It's
gonna
so on brand.
peck him, and since he seems kind of defeated, he's just gonna like get the fuck out. I mean, can he do?
Again,
Stand behind me.
he has his jumping,
Yes.
so he can get up easier. But it's I would say an acrobatics check, and if it fails, he has to uses as difficult terrain. And if he succeeds, it counts as normal terrain because he just kind of jumps upwards.
Okay. Acrobatics. No. Yes.
Yes.
Where is it? There, on the very top.
Under A.
I am rolling so amazing today.
I wish I could
So,
relate.
yeah, it counts as difficult
I'm sorry
terrain.
for pulling all of your luck, guys.
He didn't.
So he's gonna
Oh yes.
like there.
Yeah, about there.
Whoop.
Shit.
And Herb is gonna just do Herb things and put down a moonbeam.
Moonbeam!
How large is the event? Okay, here's the
10.
Oh yeah. Yes, you pulled out. That's your token there.
Yes, and then just 10 feet diameter
10 feet.
or 5 foot radius.
No, how do I control that?
Tiny moonbeam.
That's actually a moonbeam. Yes.
The
Yes,
beanest of
right.
all.
I have no handout. Player permission. See. Okay. 10 feet diameter. 10 feet? Wait.
Diameter, not 10-foot radius.
No, I'm just confused because actually, like the aura thing says diameter. It doesn't say radius. But I was like, wait, but auras are measured in radius, right? And yes, they are. The signage is just wrong.
Oh.
Of course. Which roll 20?
You can see the thing like all of the other people, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice. It works. The effect tokens work.
Nice.
Yes, Moonbeam!
Moonbeam.
So what do they have to do?
And nothing yet. I read up the rules again. They
Okay.
only have to do something on their turn.
Okay.
And
that's
I'm gonna move in between them. Like here.
okay. Well,
You're
Anwar?
in direct line for getting smacked in the face if they attack.
Yes.
That's fine. He's good at that. Anwar,
Yes.
you have just seen those two unload a breath or gust or something or rather of ice, and there's one on the rock, like kind of slithering, floating up the rock you're hiding behind, looking down at you and Ollie.
Well, fuck that one up there. The other one, like, basically hurt my friends already. Yeah. I'm gonna...
Yeah, but this one is like going to hurt your friends next, so yeah.
I know. Can I walk up to this one in melee range and still, like, do my actions?
Yes. Again, this would be climbing, which would be difficult, but you're still like, so that would be like 12 movement,
I'm gonna be
15
like
movement.
amazingly like standing on the rock, and while I do that, Anne will like it looks like she pretends to pull out a blade, but then like a blade of lightning forms in her hand.
Cool.
So with my bonus action, I cast Lightning Blade instead of Shadow Blade. And then as my action, I just hit it, just a straight hit.
Okay.
And it's this one. It's the last one I don't need to hit it with.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go. Oh wait, sorry.
You have the advantage, does not matter, but it's a 21 and it's a hit. And yes, it has good effect on target.
Yay! Beam.
That kind of sense starts of it melting and flying. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No, let's just stand my ground.
Mm-hmm.
Brave.
No, I haven't got it. Ollie is gonna shoot the one on the rock, because why not? Everything good. Arrows at the rock. At
Pew,
the
pew,
one on
pew.
the rock. Hits, and it again like disappears into a shard of ice and snowflakes.
Yeah! Oh my god, Ali and I make such a good team.
Anvil. No, Arne.
We've
The
just
other
taken up
guy.
the turn order.
The other guy.
The other guy's gonna move closer and attack this one with his
Okay.
axe. Big oof.
I mean, they hit.
Yeah, 11s are matches,
Oh.
so yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
they
have.
hit.
They have shit AC. And yes. Wait, no, not quite. You don't quite dissipate him. But it's quite clearly a vastly reduced form that's standing in front of you. Well, hovering in front of you.
Yeah, do you want to bunker behind the shield and not get smacked in the face again?
Copper!
You. Okay.
Wait.
You
Oh, yeah. No,
Or-
yeah, because they're both 2. They both
Yeah.
rolled initiative 2, but we had last time they came before, so let's have them this turn
And you
as
also
well.
accidentally removed them from the turn.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't need to-
Same deal. I'm gonna.
Oh, what's up with the ones today? Jesus.
Okay, 1 hit. You disperse that one.
And then I'm gonna try and like No.
No.
I'm trying to go to the side to try and like block Annual, but it's not letting me hit the tile I'm trying to hit.
I'm fine.
Okay.
You're
can,
you're fully in line to get smacked in the face by this guy.
Since this is one of the great advantages of gridded sets, I think, is you can use the arrow keys. It's great. I love it.
Yes.
With that, it is the last one. Now they get moonbeamed.
Yes, Constitution saving throw.
Woo.
They're not particularly good at that. That's an 11.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
That's
So
not good
it-
enough.
It
For-
also takes a lot of damage.
14.
Mm-hmm. 14. And it starts like definitely less energetic as before, and less the cold and more like the physical impact of it. Is it again like both out of its skeleton and like formed out of the snow and ice around it? Some sharp ice forms, and like they're not regular form. They're just half-formed sharp thing point at enemy and starts shooting.
Like Skyrim.
And that's a 9. And that's a failure, whoever his target was, even though I didn't declare it.
Mhm.
And yeah, now it's kind of helpless. It's your turn.
Um,
And yeah, as the moonbeam kind of like, as if the sunlight melts its form, except it leaves no water.
that's creepy.
Harry.
Well, the moonlight melts its form,
Yes.
I guess. But yeah, your turn.
I'm just gonna Thorn Whip it.
Actually, your reduce is probably gone, but it's fun here if you have it because of concentration rules, right?
Wait, how long does reduce work?
No, isn't reduce concentrate?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, right, yes, it's definitely
This
gone.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares?
It's
They're gonna be dead in a minute anyway, so it's fine.
It's funny. Yeah, I mean, this Thorn Whip, yeah. And you Thorn Whip it, and as the viney growth kind of grabs onto it and yanks of one of the greater shards that make up its body, it just kind of yanks it loose, and the rest of it kind of disperses into the snow and ice.
Amazing. I feel a bit sad.
Me too.
They nearly killed Legba.
It's not
Legba
good.
Although,
doesn't
to be fair,
feel
he
sad.
started the fight,
Legba feels bloody furious. Like the river, like something, just flying things, and then, he wanted their attention, and then he got their attention, and basically he feels like that ice thing they did was cheating. They weren't
Yes.
playing fair. They weren't playing fair.
Okay, while he has his hissy fit, I'm gonna go climb the other side of the river. Avoiding the moonbeam.
I will disperse the moonbeam. Whoop.
I'll avoid the moonbeam. Rather not.
Arne is gonna glide a little bit across the river because he
Yeah.
can. Like, wee!
It's like the sliding. Din,
Yeah.
din,
Like
din,
casually
din, 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 din.
Okay, I want to
Again.
try and climb this
Whee!
and like tie the rope off against this tree. Or
Oh.
around this tree.
Who's the smallest person here?
Are
Ali.
we asking this?
Ollie.
That's-
When you
yeah.
say smart, what do you mean smart?
Smallest.
Small.
Well,
If we
we're small.
reduce Ellie, could we throw her up the cliff so she could like tie
Ellie's
a
taken
knot?
enough
We
damage
have-
already.
I was about to say, we have seen her taking fall damage already. Let's just not,
It's fine, I can climb, no problem. It's not gonna be an issue.
It's okay.
No,
I
hey,
can transform into a fish
even
when
if-
jumping down a cliff.
Hey, even if Copper falls a few times, yeah, he could take it.
I got 60 plus health, I'm fine. I'm gonna climb.
Okay,
Okay.
you got this, Copper.
Athletics, no advantage.
Oh,
You wanna
There
talk
goes the
about
luck.
it?
Acrobatics, no advantage to see how you handle the fall.
Arda just laughs.
To be fair, I don't really get far. I kind of like put one foot up and step.
You take 6
Oh.
damage.
Oh no!
Should I try?
No, I'm
No!
gonna go.
You're gonna go again?
Fish,
I
please.
was-
Oh,
Wait,
God.
I don't want you to die due to
Just to
gravity.
make it easier for you, like Copper is like how tall? Like 8 feet or something?
Can we stack?
I am
Can we
6'9", which is like 2 meters one.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so if I put you to 4 meters, you should be able to just grab you.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Yes, okay. I'll use my spell slot for that. Copper, 4 meters tall and have advantage on strength.
Okay, girl.
Wow.
On
Wow.
strengths, what?
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
I think he
Is
needs
it-
saving throws.
I don't know if it's just saving throws.
Because yeah, if it's skills, then you
Hmm.
also have advantage.
Yes, strength checks and strength saving throws.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
great.
So yeah, now roll at advantage,
Wanna
and
try
the
again?
DC is lower because the challenge is lower.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
rough.
that's easy.
I'm gonna be fine regardless. Okay, I tie
also
rope
was
to
like-
tree.
Yes, yeah.
Whoa.
You're big. Yeah, you're big.
And instead of Herb shrinking himself, I can just like have him like tie the rope around him and just pull him fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, because you're big.
I am the tree now.
I am Groot.
I mean, that is my username, yes.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, this is pretty much now. With you just at your massive size, your
You know what,
massive
actually,
weight.
no, I'm gonna do this.
the fun part is that Groot in
Oh,
Dutch,
um,
groot,
Groot.
means big.
Big.
yeah, gross, but Dutch because you're freaky.
Yeah, because your gross is gross.
Our gross is great.
Our... Okay, our rope is tied around the tree. I've dangled it down.
Yeah,
Um,
it's stable. Like at this point, like you can pretty much. It's just for them to basically like, kind of balance themselves, and like kind of pretty much like feet towards the side, and
How is
Not get
Arne
turned
up
around.
already?
because like this is easy, you can fight like one another. There's no real challenge here anymore.
Okay, so no rolling, just strolling.
No, and really,
No
Frank,
rolling,
if
just
someone were to
rolling.
roll, it would be Copper rolling for pull up. But he rolls at a +7 and advantage right now.
Ooh.
I think I can just say you succeed.
Okay, great.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Goddamn, I gotta admit, I really love the druid spell list.
it's great.
Like,
Yeah,
it's-
if they
no,
want
it's
a
pretty
gigantic
good.
ass piggyback, I could
And
probably take
basically,
2.
Slightly humbled by his ice experience, furious but humbled, Legba has kind of settled itself, like in the gap between your neck and the side plate of your
Aw.
shell. It's kind of seated itself there.
I mean, Legba is heavy now.
Legba, do you want to ride on top of my helmet and be like the tallest thing in the woods?
Okay, I would use. I mean, I just hope I won't regret it. But just for Legba's comfort,
Mhm.
I would drop concentration on Copper again, and use another spell slot to make. Oh no, wait, it doesn't last that long. Never mind.
If
Okay,
Legba,
if you want to use a spell slot for Legba's comfort, how about healing him?
I mean, if he would.
That
let-
is also a good idea.
If he
That
would,
is a very good idea.
if he would let me pet him, I could heal him up as well.
Yeah, he's not in the most competitive nature right now.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't see him being compliant in any way, shape, or form.
I'm just gonna dump my four level 1 spell slots into him,
Okay.
and then he's just more than fully healed anyway.
Okay.
You might want to give Arnie a little pat though and heal him up.
I could give Arnie a little pat.
Where?
Little
You know you
proportion.
could.
But instead of just giving him a pat on the shoulder with my hand, I give him a little kiss on the cheek and I heal him for my
Aw.
max lay on hands and give him 5 health points.
Your max lay on hands. How much is it? Oh, it's fine.
Back my own hands. Say no more.
I mean, yeah, Arne is blushing.
Aw.
Despite being cold, he
There
is
you
feeling
go.
very warm.
Here you go. It's my blessed touch.
I mean, I'm not sure what that means coming from you, but thanks.
I just like pat you on the back, like, yep.
And you've made it through a bitter cold day
Mhm.
and
I know.
crossed a rather sizable ravine.
At
Three-
least camp tonight is a good place to like stop anywhere.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Or like the start of the next day, whichever. 'Cause
I actually like stopping right here because now you've basically made yourself out of the high places, and the next one you will face the great open permafrost tundra.
Then the next one you will sleep and then freeze.
Never wake up.
And the
Yeah.
next
Though-
session, we will all roll new characters.
Where the wind
Yeah,
blow
Doctor's
harshly,
fine, Doctor's not going anywhere.
Oh wait, I did.
but also
I'm still holding the sword as long as I didn't like throw it away. Oh no, never mind. Not anymore.
The sword.
yes, the
I am
lightning blade.
Groot, Rosie.
The
Have you
lightning
just
blade.
realized that?
The lightning sword is very cool. I like it.
I did that like
Um,
15 minutes ago.
Oh, I didn't see it. I never kind of look up at the names. I'm sorry.
But before we all disperse at the end
Wait,
of the
which
session,
I am Groot have you just
Mhm.
realized? Because there's both.
Yes, Mikro?
it was basic. I mean, it was in the way of dealing with travel. That was somewhat experimental for me. A
Mhm.
technique I haven't tried before,
Okay.
with the like daily rolling and various weird encounter tables and thing. But basically, like this idea of every day you have your chance for a random encounter. Depending on where it happens, then you have your camping where you do that thing. But it's nice. You like?
Yeah, it was fun.
Not
Yes.
boring.
Yeah.
Not too slow paced. We're good.
No, it
Was
okay.
really good.
Okay,
I mean,
very good.
How else would we have got
Good
her
boy.
being mediator between wolves and hyenas?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is lovely. Like, also, can I just say, most random encounter tables are terrible. By which I mean they're just so. I don't know. Like a lot of
Yes.
them just include way too many people.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are just so like overtly high fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you just walk around, you just meet a fucking unicorn in the forest. It's just there.
That doesn't make
To be
sense.
fair,
They're
there's
different
lots of
things.
them here. Have you never seen one? They're our national animal.
That's true. They are. They
If there's
are.
one thing we have that's good, like our national flower sucks.
Yeah, okay, but let's be real. Like
Wait, isn't your national flower like a thistle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weed.
We had
but
this
thistles are cool.
we had this
Those are
conversation.
really cool.
It's
I
just-
think yeah, I know this because Rosie told us before.
Yeah, but like
I
mean,
think that's
yeah.
like the best national flower you can have.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
good.
indigenous weed you can't get rid of.
Yes.
Yeah,
What,
like the Scot.
what better flower to describe the Scot?
It's like a
Guys.
adventure.
So
Also,
now come back next session.
Also, you are on the same island as a nationality that has chosen as their national animal the dragon. Like, come on! Like, even with a unicorn, you can't compete against the Welsh.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The Welsh are great.
You're
Why
just
is
saying that to get favour with John.
Well,
Who
no,
the fuck is John?
He's the one that
I
comes in the chat and gives all the bad puns.
have 2 Welsh friends. Does
Neither
John
of
also?
them have.
Yeah, you're
Neither
friends
of
with
them
like
are John.
30% of the Welsh population.
Well, I just don't know John
Minus
as
the
well.
sheep.
I mean,
Of course, mine is the sheep.
I
We
already.
don't want to talk about what the Welsh do with their sheep.
Does it mean that I have
Oh
3
my.
Welsh friends now?
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
great, nice.
Actually, the
Yeah.
Welsh and fucking sheep. No, this is great. This is great. This basically comes from English law putting the punishment for stealing livestock below the punishment for bestiality.
Do you know what's
Oh.
funny though? The Welsh say it's the English say it's the Welsh, and the Irish are just like it's both of you.
That's probably. I mean, it's probably both of them. Let's be fair. But
Now
basically,
the real question would be, what did the sheep say?
Please stop.
There's a sheep. Look, I don't know. The sheep just are sheep. You know. Oh,
I'm gonna round off this conversation about sheep in Scotland for a while, so I can actually say goodbye to you guys in the chat. I'm guessing next stream will be next D&D session will be on the on May 8th or 8th May, whatever you want to call it, the 8th of May. The only thing that is that day is Mother's Day. I'm not sure if we're going to eat dinner or something, so I'll let you guys know. I'll announce it if there is any other changes in the scheduling. I have some weeks off, like 2 weeks off, but there's still like some schoolwork that I need to do, like some college work, of course, because I'm still a student in college. But probably during the coming 2 weeks, I will be streaming a little bit more often, playing my games. Maybe Z will join, maybe my other friends will join. You can maybe expect some games like League of Legends, maybe some Sea of Thieves even, because I really enjoy playing that pirate game as well. Some random games, maybe Genshin. I've been playing Genshin lately. I haven't streamed it yet, but I probably will do a game or two. Some Magic the Gathering, of course, and I don't know. If you have any other games that you would like to suggest, just hit them in the Discord. I'm actually going to put the link in the Discord or in the Twitch chat as well, so you guys can actually join the Discord and do some suggestions. Other than that, I am very happy with the session today. And just making sure that my character stayed alive. She was pretty cool today because I could like use my new spells and stuff because we leveled up like not too long ago. Anyway, I'm at 270 followers. Well, we are at 270 followers, and I really, really appreciate that. So I like the slight grow that I'm having. It doesn't have to be fast paced. I just really like that there is like slowly a community growing, and I really appreciate that. Like seeing familiar faces and familiar usernames in the chat all of the time. Also, I really appreciate you guys hopping into Z stream sometimes and just say what's fast. You think it's fast? At 2? I mean, hello Samari. I mean, I started streaming in 2017. And I took like a little break, and I basically like was stuck at like 150 followers for a while. Then I got raided by a random bot who basically just bot raided me with like 400 followers that were just bots, and they like filtered each other out again, and then I was back at 150. And now I'm like slowly making my climb, and I really, really appreciate that. Like I don't need to hit like 1,000 followers within the year. I'm okay with just like slowly getting up to that 300, and that's enough for a bit. Yeah. There is a, well, not in the near future, but somewhere in the future, there's probably going to be a D&D stream on Saturdays too, and our lovely Dark Joker, aka Z, will be DMing for us, and I'm very much looking forward to that too. I'm not gonna give away too much about my character yet, so just keep yourself tuned in on the Discord. And other than that, I guess if nobody has any more questions or any more suggestions, I'll be closing off for tonight and just chill for a bit. I don't really have a schedule for the coming weeks, only just the D&D streams, and maybe, you know, I'll stream in the weekends, like on Saturday and or Sunday. Maybe throughout the week. Probably like after 5 p.m. if Z is feeling to join me, or before that, because I don't know if Z is going to be streaming as well, and don't want to like really like mix up the scheduling, because I really enjoy like being in his stream as well, like being his disembodied voice. Yeah, the Sundays are nice to stream. The only problem I have is like I usually have to like close off around this time as well. I can't really like hang any longer because on Mondays I have to go to my internship, and since I'm an intern that wants to be a teacher, I'll have to wake up fairly early. So yeah, I'm trying to like keep my streams at like the 8, like these Saturdays and Sundays mostly. Yeah. So very nice of you guys to just like stay here, chill with us, and oh, everyone left in the Discord. That's totally fine. I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, just keep the Discord in check sometimes. Like check it out sometimes for the announcements, and you will find my announcements for the scheduling and stuff. I still have to think of a reward or something, or like something that I'll do once we hit the 300 followers. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I want to do something to like thank you guys to support me and stuff. So yeah, until next time, stay awesome. Bye bye.